Okay, I think I got everything set up. So, gonna turn off screensaver. Hi everyone, how's your days going? Let's see who's in chat. Of course, my sister's here first. Hey Rosa. Can you hear me all right? Jesus, of course she's not working. Why would she? There she is. Of course. There we go. Can you guys see me all right? Yeah, I can hear you just fine. Good. Also, if you noticed, I made my little Zatch Bell OC kitty a little toggle in like the corner since it'll be quite a while before I can afford my own model for Calliope, I'll just use Neon and Lumi and like create little sonas that match them. And so oddly enough, before I actually started like using Prism, I actually had some characters in mind for to represent like the days that I feel more femme and the days that I feel more man. And originally there were supposed to be 2 cat characters called Spade and Hearts. And oddly enough, I ended up doing something very similar with with Bunny Dante and Kitty. And fun fact, Kitty's full name is actually Kitsandra. So she's got a full name. She's got an actual name that isn't just Kitty. It's like she just goes by the nickname Kitty. Kitsandra is her full name. But yeah, how are your guys' days going? All but Alex are down there. Oh, you got all the kids with you. Yeah, today's been okay. I don't really have the money for it right now. I got like a bit of money in savings from commissions, but I kind of just ordered myself some food because unfortunately, even though I thought I was still okay with processed cheese because I can still eat like cheese and crackers, like squeezed cheese on crackers, I can't do it. I can't do it with sandwich cheese. I can't. I have spoiled myself by getting actual American cheese. So unfortunately, I can't enjoy the little ham and cheese croissants that I wanted to make. So yeah, I'm a bit sad. I'm a bit sad. But anyways, how's your day going? Are the kids behaving for you, or are they being little terrors? And most of my friends are still at Yang's stream, which is fine. I just kind of plan to watch some random stuff for a little bit before, and then I have a commission that I need to finish, and then maybe later, if I'm still feeling up to it, I will start Hunter the Parenting, because that's a series that I just found out about. I actually watched the latest episode without any fucking context on Makari's channel. So yeah, I accidentally spoiled myself when it came to that. But really quick, since I'm going to be watching stuff real quick and not going to be drawing anything, I'm going to set up my tablet on the little table I have. There you go. And set up a little bit. I really wish I could do the thing, like the anime girl thing, where I can just lay on my tummy and do the drawing, because that would, like, it is actually better for my back. I just, like, my back is so stiff at this point that, like, trying to do it that way is actively strangling me. I've tried it multiple times at this point, and each time I'm nearly suffocating myself because my back will not stay bent in that position without feeling like I'm being smothered by my own body. So that's fun. That's really fun. I'm gonna adjust this real quick. No, not that way. No, not that way either. Okay, for some reason she won't, like, adjust properly. Oh well. That's fine. Okay, that's good. Can't do much about it now. One of these days so there are technically 3 models that I am okay with using. So, Neon right here, like, she's obviously the one I love the most. Then there's Lumi, who I will use for, like, games and stuff, like Lumi and Dante. And then the third one is the Cyberpunk chick, which I will, like, I think I'll be using her for, like, I think more like whenever I do, React content, like, because I just really like how she looks and I still want to use her, but I'm too attached to, like, Lumi doing the games. So I'm going to use Cyberpunk chick for, like, reacting to like certain content, like, and I'm going to make a little Cyberpunk character to go with her too. But so far, yeah, Dante and Kitty are, like, the representations of, like, whenever I feel more femme or more masculine. And then Calliope is when I am non-binary. Like, I swap up. To anybody who is watching this late on YouTube, I guess you won't have much context, but, well, can't do much about that. So I'm gonna get on to, like, doing the whole watchy-watchies. Hopefully it shows up on the screen. Also, I'm still trying to figure out how to, like, play music on this bitch. Unfortunately, it's not. Wait a minute. Ah, damn it. I thought I fixed this screen, but I guess not. One of these days, like, I really admire, obviously, if you guys hadn't noticed, I really admire Kinkymations and her, like, deconstruction of character designs. I've always wanted to do stuff like that because I really love talking about character designs. I just never really had the words to put into it, but it's something I obviously need to, like, practice on. So I'm gonna practice on you guys, and I'm going to use it to make you guys look at my favorite content. And probably the first one I'm gonna do is Zatch Bell, because, like, I'm rereading the manga, I'm rewatching the anime. I can't watch it on stream because I will get copyrighted, like, to hell and back. But I need to talk about this shit because I've been, you know what? I'm going to make you guys suffer, and I am going to, like, react to a video I found. Like, not really react. I'm going to make you watch a video I found the other day while looking at Zatch Bell content, because I needed to do that, because I'm slow. Like, it's not one of my main hyperfixations. That is still Pokemon. I still mostly have the need to draw Yakumo over any other character. But you better believe that if Zatch Bell becomes a hyperfixation, that's all you're going to see. I'm not going to let you guys escape this. I'm going to make you suffer with me. So yeah. But really quick, I gotta fix the screen. Okay, screen capture. So with screen capture on this, you can't like trim it. You gotta make a border to go around it so that it, because obviously I have a layout that I like for my videos. I don't like it just being the full screen. I just, I don't know, it just doesn't look good to me. So if you want to be able to cut out like the notification bar and like the bar underneath the screen, you got to make a screen frame like what I did. And like it's not going to be easy, trust me. It'll take a lot of like playing with. Luckily I had a lot of these assets pre-made beforehand. I just needed to adjust the sizing a little bit. So I'm going to make you guys watch Zatch content with me. I'm not going to let you escape. Nobody is going to escape from this. JD Zilla, hi, what are you talking about? I'm talking about Zatch Bell. Like, I think he popped in, like, in the middle of when I was talking about that. Zatch Bell. No, not bad romance cover. Let's see, which one did I like the most from this? Was it? Oh, Masked Man, yes! This guy. Hell yeah.
Some stories leave an indelible mark,
Hell
staying in the
yeah!
spotlight of
Masked
culture for
Man.
decades, constantly referenced and celebrated. But others, even after achieving incredible success, seem to vanish, slipping away from public memory. One such manga sold over 23 million copies, yet today it's rarely brought up in discussions. Not long ago, I was chatting with friends and asked, what's a series you think has completely disappeared from history?
So, it's not just randomly that I thought of Zatch Bell, like, the other day. It's one of those things that has actually popped into my head quite a few times throughout the years. It's one of my first anime. Like, other than Sailor Moon and all of that, it's one of my first anime. One of the first things that I absolutely loved as a child. And again, it's one of the very first times that I ever, like, wanted to make a character that was fit into this world. And, so, rereading the manga, like, I guess it was also my first ever, situation where I really wanted to ship characters together. Because I hardcore shipped Zatch with Kalulu. That's her name. She's an absolute adorable character. But in actuality, Zatch wasn't that attached to her, like, looking back on it. Which I get. He's 6... By the way, they are 6 years old. This is a 6-year-old child we are talking about currently. But I was also 7 at the time, so it's fine. It's fine that I had a crush on him. Shut up. Small children are able to develop crushes on people. They're not serious crushes, obviously, because, like, they're children. They don't really know what romance is. They only know what they think they know what romance is. But, obviously, kids are able to get on crushes with each other. It's very cute. It's very silly. But in actuality, Zatch didn't, like, show any signs of having a crush on her like I originally thought. It's just that he felt really sorry for this little girl who is forced to fight. If anything, like, him and Tia are like the main OTP. Not for me. Like, I love Tia. I just don't particularly ship her with Zatch. I do not like the whole, like, you bully a boy because you like him, because that's actually. The mangaka, like, in the bonus chapters, like, pretty much stated, yeah, she started bullying him because she liked him. I don't really like it when it turns out like that, especially when the character is as dense as Zatch is. He doesn't even realize, it's pretty obvious he has no interest in girls right now. Yeah, even in the current manga where he's 19 years old, he doesn't have... I'm not saying he's gay either. I'm just saying that right now he just doesn't have an interest in girls. Probably because there's more important stuff going on. But, like, in that situation where it's the dense character who hasn't had a real crush yet, and, like, they're kind of being shipped together with the girl who bullied them as a kid, I don't really like that pairing very much. It's different if, like, they kind of, like, start bullying each other, like, sort of like a rivalry thing. That's always cute. As long as it doesn't go too fucking far. Like, I'm looking at you, Baku Deku. I love you aesthetically, like, I just wish that Bakugo wasn't such an abusive asshole, like, from the start. Light bullying, okay, that's something I can forgive, but not, like, practically almost killing him multiple times. Blech. I'm sorry, where was I going with that? So this is why it's called Art and Rambles, because I just ramble. JD Zilla, Desi, can I ask you something? Go ahead. Quick, before I start rambling again. Also, I really, like, if you guys haven't watched The Masked Man, I suggest you do, because his videos, they always look so good.
Without hesitation, someone said Zatch Bell. And just like that, a rush of memories hit everyone else in the call.
I know, I literally just unpaused it, but little tidbit, which probably won't be a tidbit, but... So, I've been looking at Zatch Bell, like, fan art, and, like, again, I've been reading the comics again, and he's just a little... In the original series, he's just a little baby. I just kept getting the feeling of, oh, I want to squish his little cheeks. I want to bite his little cheeks. He's so cute. He's just so adorable. Like, he is definitely the energetic, hyper annoying little kid that I wouldn't personally be able to stand as having a little sibling. But who he is as a character, like, he's just so fucking cute.
They all agreed. This manga was a phenomenon that time forgot.
Yawning.
Then they told me you have to make a video on it or else. Before disappearing like Joel Embiid in the playoffs, Zatch Bell had a run that made waves. The original manga series created by Makoto Raikou ran from 2001 to 2007, with 320
You ever notice that whenever
the anime aired from 2003 to 06.
So really quick, do you ever notice, like, there's no in-between when it comes to mangakas taking pictures of themselves? It's either they are hyper-posing and either have their faces hidden, or they are, like, catch them at their desk, and they just turn around, you snap a picture, and you decide to use that one. Like, there's no in-between with that. It's either they are, like, posing to hell and ready for the goddamn picture, or they're just at their desk, and somebody snaps a picture of them and uses that, and they just, like, for some reason, decide not to use a better picture. There's no in-between.
With a total of 150 episodes. Out of those, 139 stayed almost exactly true to the manga, until the story took a different turn towards the end. It even had video games for the Game Boy Advance, PlayStation 2, and GameCube. Feeling old yet? By 2008, it had sold a massive 22 million copies. And by 2017, that number had slowly climbed to 23.8 million. It's probably even higher now. But what made this series so beloved in the early 2000s? The story follows two main characters. Kiyomaru, a super genius.
JD Zilla, I watched a game, Sim7e played it, and it was called Creature Kitchen, and that game is cute. I will look that up, because, I do plan to start, like, doing games soon. I do really want to do that, like, soon, to, like, start... I tried with Luminous Company. That game still doesn't want to open for me on my tablet, so I might have to swap to playing it on my phone instead. But, like, I will get to that. I will get to gaming. So if you guys have any, like, simple games that you think that I might enjoy on stream, like simple pixel art games, or like little potion makers, or like little kitchen games, I am all up for cooking games. Like, I love the little cooking ASMR things. There's a cute little capybara one I found the other day, and like probably on a stream where I just want to hang out, I'll play games like that. So yeah, don't be afraid to give me suggestions when I ask for them. When I'm asking for suggestions, that means I want them. Carnally.
Middle school loner in Zatch Bell. In the manga, he's called Gat.
So, I already said in another stream how, like, I thought that, like, Zatch was a possessed doll or something. I didn't straight up know that he was only 6 years old. Like, originally, I thought, like, he was, like, maybe 9 to 8 years old. I know that's not a huge age difference between 6, but, Stardew Valley and Moonlit Peaks. Okay, I already have those, like, also downloaded on my tablet. Don't worry, I do plan to do those too. Thank you, sis. But, yeah. Most of these characters that you end up seeing fighting each other, they are babies. They are they have been cradle robbed out of kindergarten and are forced to fight to the death. Not really to the death, but also, yes, actually to the death, because some of them actually try to kill each other. Like, it's not just, like, he'll talk about it.
But I'm not sure if that's how it's supposed to be, or if it's just a mistranslation, kind of like Guts with the Big Sword Man. Although it just dawned on me that it could have just been changed for English audiences, since Gash sounds a little bloody. So for the sake of this video, I'll stick to calling him Zatch. This little bundle of joy was found wounded in the forest, with no recollection of who
he is naked a lot.
And is sent to Kiyomaru by his father, in the hopes to help
which
guide
I
Kiyomaru
guess
through
is
life, and so that his son can figure out the context of
little
this
kids, if you
mysterious
don't
red
force
book,
them
which
to
he
wear
can't be
clothes,
bothered
they
with.
will just run
I
around
have a
naked
son
like
named
little
Kiyomaru.
monkeys.
It seems that recently he's become a sissy due to his intelligence. Can you help him no longer be a sissy? Yes. By the way, that's real dialogue from the first 5 pages.
Yeah, it is,
Zatch can do a lot of
actually.
things. Inspire Kiyomaru to make friends, rock a duffel bag as his go-to outfit, and
So I don't
shoot
know
the
if that
wrath of
was just the
Zeus out of his
translation,
mouth. He's a creature known as a Momodo, hailing from the demon realm. And every 1,000 years, 100 of these beings are summoned to participate in a grand battle royale to determine the next demon king. Here's the twist. Each Momodo needs a human partner to unlock their powers. The more they fight and bond with their human, the stronger they become, unlocking new abilities along
That
the way.
needs to not be
It's
in
kind
the
of like
direct.
Pokemon. Don't believe me? Well, Zatch here is basically an electric type. And there are 2 ways to beat a Momodo. Either you burn their book, which sends them back to the demon realm, separating the book holder and the Momodo, or you beat them to death. This series screams 2000s battle shonen, and that's not an insult. The humor, the willpower of the main characters, the music, and the voice actor for Zatch in the English dub is Jimmy.
So, he will, like, mention it, but, these, like, Momodo is the English, variant of, like, what these guys are called, but it's actually a Japanese word. They changed it slightly, but it's a Japanese word that means either demon or phantom. So, most translations that do, direct translations and not, like, the translation that goes with the anime version, it calls them demons most of the time. So it does kind of make sense that, like, these kids are as strong as they are, considering they are demons. But I want to again remind you that this is a 6-year-old child, and he, like, when you have that in the back of your mind, I just, like, caution anybody who doesn't like seeing violence against children, because these kids get thrown around and thrashed around like ragdolls a lot. So that's just a fair warning if that's something that bothers you, even with story context. Just a fair warning.
Neutron. It takes you back to when you would record Soulja Boy songs on your DS so you could listen to them later. While it doesn't reinvent the wheel in terms of story beats, I can confidently say that Zatch Bell holds its own against shonen heavyweights of that era like Naruto, Bleach, Siren, and Gintama. Oh, but surely that's just nostalgia, you say. Nope. I discovered this series
fucking
only 2
notifications.
months ago.
I turned
At
those
first,
off.
I thought the praise was just people clinging to their memories from their Beyblade playing days, but as I read more, it became clear. The story gets better and better as it progresses.
Oh god,
While it
look
does
at
take
this
a little time to hit
top
its stride,
tier
Zatch Bell is a
animation.
quick and
Sarcasm.
satisfying read.
Human
Perfect for
sarcasm.
binging. The anime has its charm, but as with most shonen of that time, with Gintama being the glaring exception, the manga's pacing is leagues better. The premise is perfect for the era.
Not just
with
the
a villain of
pacing,
week
it's just
formula that
that's
works naturally
the
within its
animation
world,
too,
and then changes
unfortunately.
to something
That's
far
probably
better.
why not a lot of
Alliances
people
and rivalries
bring it
feel
up
earned,
nowadays.
shaped by the convictions of the characters that they then
Baby
reveal in battle.
babies. Look at
And at the
them.
core
They're
of it
so
is
cute.
Zatch himself,
They're so
striving to become
small.
a kind-hearted demon king, a goal that sets the tone for the series' mix of action and heart. Kiyomaru creates a fantastic dynamic with Zatch, with both aiding each other's growth. Zatch, for the most part, is like Luffy, a character who matures and progresses, but remains fundamentally the same at their core. Kiyomaru, however, undergoes substantial change.
I keep forgetting
evolving into
how,
someone
like,
who
what
can
he
inspire
uses to
others in
try
his
and
own
like
right.
disguise
We get to
himself.
witness that transformation
This would be
firsthand.
so much
All that
easier
bullshit
if
was
they
to
just said,
basically say
"Oh
it's
yeah,
hype.
this is
In
my
terms
little
of comedy,
cousin," or
Kiyomaru
"This is my
often
little
plays
brother."
the straight man to Zatch's antics, occasionally using his brains to bail.
So, considering the like scene we just literally saw right now, and like Zatch's strange little antics of like disguising himself, so one thing that I will give to the creator 150 fucking % is he is immaculate, fucking immaculate at expressions, at like pushing the expressions, like going completely off model to like make an entertaining face. He like that's not something I could do. It takes a lot for me to be able to break away from like whatever conventions I've put for myself, like whatever thing I'm striving for. That's my hubris. That I liked making things pretty. I have to struggle to make myself do an expression that isn't like, I complain about it a lot in a lot of animes that they make everything look too pretty. So that, like, I don't like being a hypocrite when it comes to art, so that's why I push myself to make an expression look as gritty as possible when I want it to be. Like, because I don't like stiff expressions like that. It just, like, looks like they're not really taking the acting seriously. If you look at your art, whatever comic you're writing, whatever thing you're animating, if you look at it from the perspective of the characters that you're animating, that you're drawing being actors, like think of, it certainly helps me at least, think of the characters like they're actors. They are following your script. You want them to emote to match like the script that you're writing. So obviously they need some fucking deep, like, wrinkle-inducing expressions. Or they do goofy shit like that. Like, make goofy expressions. Practice with that. It will help you. I promise. Victoria12. Hi, Desi. Hello. Welcome to the stream. I'm so glad you could come.
I'm out of trouble since Zatch is a bit dumb and naive at times.
Hell yeah, baby.
What kind of asshole gets mad at a child for behaving like a child in an anime?
These bitches are dumb! They're just dumb! I just don't.
While the humor overall becomes less frequent, especially by the final arc, other characters maintain the series' lighthearted tone. The duo complements each other perfectly. Zatch's strong-headed determination pushes Kiyomaru to make tough decisions and persevere, while Kiyomaru's strategies help them overcome opponents where brute strength alone won't cut it. Admittedly, the fights can start to feel formulaic, and you may even predict some outcomes, but each battle still manages to land,
So,
with the standout fight.
Again, like that expression he just made where like his eyes kind of rolled back and his mouth made a big rectangle shape. That is what I mean by like what led me to believe that Zatch is a doll. He will talk about it in the video because again, I've already watched this. I'm just forcing you guys to watch with me again because you need context. You need to check out Zatch Bell. I am ordering this of you to check out Zatch Bell.
Especially involving key characters,
I'm terrible.
becoming
I'm
some
sorry.
of my all-time favorites.
No, I'm not.
As the series progresses, the supporting cast gets more opportunities to shine. Whether it's Kanchome and Fulgore, Tia and Megami, or my personal favorites, there's plenty of character moments to appreciate. And yes, you can probably guess my favorite. Is it the horse, the Yu Yu Hakusho lookalike, or the edgy bastard?
Edgy
Joke's
bastard.
on you, it's all three, but yeah, Brago takes the crown. The cast isn't quite on the level of Ippo or Gintama, though in fairness, those series are much longer, but I was pleasantly surprised by how often characters are brought back into the story and remain integral, even through the grand finale. And of course, the power of friendship is strong with
That
this one.
actually reminds me, I forgot to
Zatch Bell,
share this
since
on
the power and spells come directly
Discord.
from
I
the
am
user's
bad at
motions.
this.
At least
I
there's some
need to
logic
hire
behind
a
these
PR
second
team.
wind moments in battles, which
Actually,
is
Rosa, aren't
so
you supposed to be my
frequent in
PR
that type
team?
of series,
Like my public relations and advertisement team. If you need to be paid, I will pay you for that. Just 1 second. Silent moment. Because I gotta share shit around. Because I am dumb. By the way, it is almost 40 minutes into this and I completely forgot, oh, I'm supposed to be posting to Discord too. What the fuck is wrong with me? Apparently everything. Okay. That's done, I think. Where was I? No! God damn it. Never mind with that. I can't do all of them. Only for some of the ones I'm in. I was joking. I was joking. Like, I will eventually, pay you to help me with this shit. Like, once, things settle down for us both. But that means I'm also going to strong arm you into, joining the Discord servers I'm a part of. Because I say so. And at that point, I'm paying you, so you have to do it. But anyways, on to this. JD Zilla says, what? BRB?
During that time. Eventually, these mysterious stone tablets are found, and the revelation of an exact copy of Zatch is out there causing mayhem. Everybody's favorite trope, the main character, but better and stronger because he's evil. I wonder if the opposite's ever been done. It's just the evil version pops up, but he just sucks, and he's nowhere near as good, at all.
The whole evil twin thing is
Dark Souls 2.
There's a reason it's a trope that's stuck along.
Saying that it's good, that Genjutsu.
So, I don't love or hate the evil twin trope. I like when it's used properly. There's actually quite a few times that it is used properly, in my opinion. In some of the manhwa I read, the evil twin thing is not utilized to the best. A lot of the times it's just, oh, your sister is sick. You are her older twin. You gotta, step up. And I like when it's actually used in the aspect of, when it comes to nobility, where, and I say nobility because, Zatch and his brother are actually the children of the current Demon King in the story. And when it's revealed in, the way that they kind of reveal it in this, I do like it, just because, it's kind of, it was pretty well done for its era. I'm not saying that's perfect. It's definitely not, but that might just be because I really love, I just really love Zatch. So the idea of, oh, there's two of them, I can hug them both and squeeze them and pinch their little cheeks. But except I can't because his twin brother will fucking bite my hand if I do.
It will not work on me. I apologize.
So to put it into context, Zatch is the little golden retriever puppy. His brother is the cat. His brother is a white cat, and he hates everybody. He will bite you.
Anyways, this actually ends up being my favorite villain in the series and builds up the mystery to Zatch and his origins, but I'm getting
I did
ahead of
actually
myself.
read up to this
the
part.
First 100 chapters,
it is
while
good,
fun,
is what I mean.
In comparison to what comes after. As more Momoto are eliminated, the stakes rise. The opponents grow stronger, and the outcomes of the fights shift from predictable victory.
So one of the very few adults that are in this competition, by the way, is this fucker. There is maybe 4, 5 more other than this guy, and this is out of 100. We don't see all 100 demons, but specifically they say 100 demon children. So, not even full-ass adults. You can probably guess that all of these guys are at least under 18. If you want to push it, maybe under 21. But yeah, most of these are fucking babies.
To gut-wrenching losses. That said, if there is one gripe I have, it's the plot armor. Sure, every series has some, but in Zatch Bell, it happens often enough to stretch my suspension of disbelief into full-blown disbelief, especially when the final antagonist shows up and you start thinking,
I hate this guy. I hate this guy so much. You will find out why.
why didn't they just appear earlier and wipe everyone out by episode 6? But we'll get to that later. It isn't something that makes the series fall apart, but it's something I picked up on. Maybe it's a nitpick, but oh well.
I wish I could
speak more to the influence and impact the series had, since others such as Bleach, Kenshin, Fist of the North Star have been directly cited as inspirations for super successful anime and manga that came after. But I couldn't find anything in regards to popular manga that were inspired by Zatch Bell. Well, I don't deny the possibility.
That is actually unfortunate. So, no popular manga today have been like it, but when I looked up online, there are small manga that are, I'm not sure if they're still being posted. I just remember finding the names. There's one where the kid teams up with a Frankenstein-like creature to defeat all of the other Frankensteins so that nobody else gets killed by them. Because basically these Frankenstein creatures are they have to keep replacing their rotting body parts with living body parts. Then there's another one where a guy is his family has been taking care of a demon for generations, and suddenly all the demons are waking up, they're coming out of their altars or whatever is called, their altars, their shrines, wherever they're sealed, to start a demon parade. Basically, I don't remember the names of these, unfortunately, but I'm just. JD Zilla, what did I miss? I'm just yammering. But yeah, if I ever remember to look up these titles again, I will probably yammer about them. But yeah, this whole concept of that's similar to Zatch Bell isn't used a lot. He already said that it's like Pokemon, but there's actually higher stakes with Zatch Bell.
I also don't want to make any cheap connections. If there are any manga that you know that were inspired by Zatch Bell, please let me know in the comments. And if you like the production of the video, a like and subscribe would be awesome.
I've already liked this and subscribed.
New ones that take clear inspiration, since even though it won't move the needle enough to make
God
it trending
damn it,
again,
I turned off notifications. Stop making sounds.
To something of the past. The lack of that and the lack of any real successful franchising past the PS2 era could very well explain why the series has sort of faded into obscurity. It could easily be made into a good RPG type of video game, but anime games are failing enough with far more...
So if I wouldn't get copyright striked for it, I would probably turn Zatch Bell into a RPG game. I might say that the premise is inspired by it for a different game, because it's got higher stakes than with Pokemon, is what I will say. But I'm going to let him finish real quick, because in 4 minutes there is an ad break. I'm going to use that ad break to stretch for a little bit and put a screensaver on.
Popular IPs. It's almost like people are tired of jank arena fighters.
Hell yeah.
But without a doubt, I think the anime needs a remake. I'm sure the anime is near and dear to the hearts of those who watched it as a kid, but it isn't an adaptation that enhances the source material enough to be mentioned frequently with other successful or groundbreaking works of animation during that time, before or after even, that still get mentioned often to this day.
The little fucking
manga
dance.
sale-wise, while having an impressive number, sits around the realm of Magi, The Gray Man, Fire Force, Kaguya-sama, Sosa no Furin, and even other very well-known series held in high regard, such as Neon
Somebody
Genesis
make
and Ashita no
a
Joe.
revival of
Magi
this.
and The Gray
It
Man are
needs
two
it.
series that also suffer from their anime, while the others I mentioned are not only far more recent, but some of them had super successful or even culturally impactful anime that have transcended time. Zatch Bell, much like Magi and the Gray Man, doesn't have the recency or the timeless adaptation that replaces the manga. By the way, to clarify, so that there isn't any misunderstanding, I don't think the Magi anime is bad at all. It just, we've been waiting for a season 3 for how long now? But yeah, there is a sequel series actually going on right now for Zatch Bell.
Hell yeah!
And it has been since 2022 with 27
2022,
chapters.
it's been 4 years, bitches!
About it. Well, makes sense, I hardly hear anything about the original series as is. It is a product of its time, but it shouldn't be dismissed.
So I don't remember if you ever see it in the anime. I know I said I was going to let him keep going, but I was going to wait until, like, he finished his ramble a bit. But, so to get the point across that these are demons, a few of these kids do actually have horns. Zatch does also have a horn, like 2 of them. They are just so tiny and underdeveloped because he's still just a baby that they're hidden under his hair. In the current manga, he still hasn't grown them out, so I think he's just a late bloomer in that sense. We haven't seen his brother's design yet for the Part 2 manga, but I am hoping that he is not only taller than Zatch, but also has horns. 2 minutes until the ad break.
Great product of its time, especially once the main antagonists of the series come and make their mark. So if you were on the fence about starting this, do it. This is your warning to maybe check out this video instead if you don't want any major spoilers for the second half of the story. It seems the story has 3 major arcs and a bunch of mini arcs in between where it focuses on different characters, but the primary 3 are the Ancient Momoto arc, the Fado arc, and the Clear No arc. These 3 are where the series is at its best, most intense and most personal.
These fucking character
Just a
designs.
reminder,
I need to
Momoto are
ramble
demons,
about
so
them
not
one of
all
these
them look
days.
like humans and animals. Some of them look and behave like actual demons. Who would have guessed? But all 3 of the arcs mentioned above are some of the best in the demographic, especially Ancient Momoto and Fado. Remember the stone tablets I mentioned earlier? Those contain the spirits of Momoto that fought in the Battle Royale tournament 1,000 years ago, and are being used by Zophis, one of the 3 major villains in Zatch Bell.
1 minute left. Really quick. I really love a lot of the dark shading. And, like, with this guy's simple use of shapes, a lot of these guys look so fucking unsettling. That's why I've watched this video before. I've read this comic up to this point already, and these guys still fucking creep me out. And we are on an ad break, so I am going to do the thing. Nope, not that. Not that thing. Not that thing. Ad break. See you later. Forgot to turn on my mic. I knew I was going to forget something, but I was also mostly worried about my model just not moving properly. But what was the ad about? Was it something interesting? Was it about the new He-Man TV show or movie or whatever? I heard that that's a thing now. Or was it about, like, the end of Oak Street? I actually kind of want to watch the end of Oak Street since, like, I still like dinosaurs. Not as knowledgeable about them as other people, but I still like dinosaurs. Okay, back to Zatch Bell. No, I don't want to end stream. I just want to... Did I fucking end my stream? Oh, God. Oh, thank God I didn't... There we go.
And I'm not sure if I have them second or third. For sure not first, since we will get into that character in a sec, but Zophis has the ability to control and manipulate the hearts of others, which explains this entire fiasco. And an easily hateable antagonist, and has a personal conflict with Sherry and Brago, since the person that commands Zophis' book is Coco, the long-lost childhood friend of Sherry. You gotta love 2000 shonen. Nothing overly complicated, just hard-hitting backstories that do the trick every single time. The other characters that are brought together to form a team against Zophis are given shine, but Sherry and her dynamic with Brago elevated them to my favorite characters on the protagonist side, with the exception of Zatch and Kiyomaru. This series is never dull, and this arc is probably the best example of how good the action is, along with the next major arc.
I keep saying hell yeah, but it's because I just feel that.
This is my favorite arc where Zatch's twin brother...
I forgot about that scene! Oh God. See, this is what I mean. Like, look at this little guy's face. So it is, like, there are a lot of fucking basic shapes with this. His eyes are half circles. His, like, pupils are half circles. His face is practically a circle. It's got a bit of a chin to it, barely a nose, and a giant-ass curve of a mouth. But it's like, the line... work is used so well, it looks so fucking unsettling. Like, this could easily look goofy if you didn't have the skill to, like, make the lighting look as menacing as it did, like, making the expression look as menacing as it does. It's, like, yeah, this is, like, the sweet spot between menacing and goofy. It could easily look so fucking goofy, but at least in my opinion, this looks so fucking scary. If this little guy climbed out from under my bed, I wouldn't want to hug him. I would punt this little shit across my room. I swear to God. Oh God. JD Zilla, by the way, I have some food and also art progress report. Finished his head, hoodie, and blue thing around his neck. I forgot what it's called. Now to work on body and arms. Well, I'm eager to see that. Oh shit, that's what else I forgot to do. 1 second. Too bad I'm not still on ad break. I could have done most of this while on ad break, but I didn't because I'm dumb. I is the dumb. Dumb. Okay, now it's done. But really quick,
Kiyomaru. This series is never dull, and this arc is probably the best example of how good the action is, along with the next major arc, the Faudo arc. This is my favorite arc where...
So, I know I've said his brother's name, like, at least once, and, like, I pronounce it Zeno, because, at least in one translation that I've been reading, I guess he has a different name in the anime. I haven't watched the anime up until this point because, unfortunately, the very stiff and boring anime fight scenes that they've animated made me lose interest in it very fast. I will probably watch, like, a few clips with you guys so you can at least see how adorable this kid is. Not this kid, Zatch, but his name is spelled in the translated manga as Zeon. So I just kind of pronounce it as Zeno. That's, like, I know that's not how the name is spelled. It would probably be Zeon, but I keep reading it as Zeno in my head. So I'm just going to keep doing that and make an ass out of myself. But anyways, this is what I fucking mean about expressions. Holy shit. Also, the way he draws mouths in particular can be so fucking unsettling compared to, like, how he draws the eyes. He does, like, drawing the eyes as just completely dead inside, he is a master of. But when paired with the fucking way he draws mouths, it's I don't know how to explain it. It's just noises. Oh, nostalgia. Hi, I'm sorry. I completely forgot to link you. I forgot to link a lot of things. I'm so sorry. I thought I got everybody, but I was also, like, my model was being weird right before stream. She, like, stopped tracking me, and then I had to, like, open and restart the app again. So then, like, that was in the middle of, like, in the middle of doing all my shit, and I'm so sorry. I'm talking about Zatch Bell. It's okay, twin. Thank you. I'm, like, I know you're still very into Eddsworld right now, but, my main goal for, like, the rest of this year is to indoctrinate everybody into the Zatch Bell fandom. You're one of the people who's not going to escape. I assure you, I will indoctrinate your asses. I'll make you love him as much as I love him.
Zatch's twin brother Zeno steps into play.
Zeno!
The previous arc, Ancient Momoda, had a lot of great moments for the other characters, and had more moving parts involved. But
See,
Frodo
he
is
pronounces it like
personal.
that too.
What you need to know about Zeno is he is a fucking hater. He despises how
yeah,
Zatch was
little
given the gift
hater.
of Balzakeru, the power of their father, while Zeno was forced to train and suffer. Classic.
So again on this, he is Zatch's twin brother. Like, he was born first. He is, like, a few minutes older. But, this right here is a 6-year-old child, probably even younger. He is a baby. Like, the only reason that they get... I don't even want to say that they get away with it. The only reason he's not fucking dead from all this is because they're demons. That is the only reason they're not dead.
Case of sibling rivalry and envy. So Shiny Form over here needs to prove that
Shiny
he is the
Form.
superior brother who deserved the power, and Zatch is simply a naive moron with a goal that cannot be possible. Zatch is pushed to his absolute limit in this fight.
I do also want to state, I will probably talk about this in length when I do a character design video, because I want to do videos like that. I said it at the beginning of the stream, I've always wanted to do videos like that even before Kinkymations. She just, like, has been helping me expand my vocabulary to get the words out that for the designs I'm talking about. Sorry, I heard my mom's voice and I thought she was calling for me real quick. But one thing I do want to point out is, Zeno, his color palette is mostly cold tones. Zatch's original color palette from the manga had green, so it was a lot more lively and warm color palette. And, like, it just shows a stark contrast between the two brothers. But another thing is, Zatch is, like, gold example and silver metal. Like, that's kind of how they're kind of, like, set up to look like, I guess you could say. Like, Zatch is the winner, Zeno is second place, even though he's the firstborn. I'm not saying that that was the full intention, but that's just at least the visual of what I'm getting from it.
The special power inherited by his father, and it almost consumes him completely. But when trying again, he's able to master it, and that's when it's revealed why Zeno wasn't given the power. Zatch's heart could withstand it, but someone like Zeno who was born with too much hatred would have been destroyed. Could the father have just communicated this and avoided?
The very fact that this child was born a hater. Yeah. This poor baby.
The whole damn conflict.
Look at your little happy
forget
Zatch.
about it. It really is an amazing showdown between Zatch and...
You know, one thing, so I already said that Zatch is very much written to be he feels like a real child. The only times he doesn't really feel like a little kid is when he matures a little bit. It's not a complaint. It's like he's still a great character. And again, I don't want to keep using this as an excuse, but he is a demon. So I guess there's a bit of wiggle room and suspension of disbelief. But personally, I don't really think Zeno, even if he was told, yeah, you are too angry for this shit. It'll destroy you. That is why it won't work on you. You gotta leave it to your brother. Do you know how siblings are? And you give one sibling a shiny object, but you don't give the other sibling a shiny object? Fuck no, dude. They're not going to... He's going to get even more pissed if you tell him that. He's going to get so fucking pissed off. Snooze for... Real quick, I gotta snooze an ad break. Snooze it for 5 minutes. I gotta snooze it a little bit, because we just had an ad break. I'm still learning how, the Twitch ad breaks work. So, yeah. Yeah. Also, another warning, I don't know if he's the creator who brings it up, but quick warning, if you don't like seeing children running around like little monkeys, Zatch is drawn a lot without any underwear on, because it's supposed to get across the fact that he's a bit of a wild child. He's the little kid who doesn't like wearing his Pampers. He doesn't like wearing clothes. He wants to run around like a little monkey. He wants to be free. I have nieces and nephews. I have heard, I've had baby cousins, and I've heard everybody make that complaint of, yeah, I just can't get them to keep their fucking clothes on. Even when they're up until they're, 5 years old, some kids just, they don't want to take baths. They don't want to wear their stuffy clothes. They don't want to cooperate. But it's just a fair warning, if you're uncomfortable with that stuff.
Maru versus Zeno and Dufort, and a giant demon.
I don't know what people are comfortable with anymore. I don't know anything. I'm just told
hence the name of
you got to give fair warnings.
Zeno's realization is a heartfelt moment and displays the series' strengths once again. I was a bit surprised the Zeno fight happened when there was still 100 chapters left in the manga, and how could the series make things more emotionally captivating when the two previous antagonists were super personal? This is where we reach the clear no arc.
Tiny baby.
This was the villain I was talking about, having
I still hate this guy. I hate him. I hate him.
I don't necessarily have an issue with the backstory and the motivation, although it is a bit lacking. Not in terms of creating mistakes, since he wants to completely eliminate the souls of all the previously defeated Momoto, and by this point many near and dear have been lost. But he really just feels like this grand imposing obstacle that needs to exist. But had he chosen...
I don't completely blame the mangaka for this, because this was one of his first successful mangas that he's written. And at the time, a lot of shonen battle mangas and stories just had this overpowering big bad that's even bigger and badder than the previous big bad. So I do understand why this character exists. I just don't like him personally.
To act earlier, it would have been game over and nothing would have stopped him. His existence felt like it needed far more build-up than we got, especially compared to someone like Zeno. Still, the arc itself is incredible with the tension given what is at stake, and the introduction of not just Clear Note but also Gorn.
Hindsight is 20/20. I will say that. Another thing is this guy was also running by a week-by-week basis. Currently, with his current manga for the Zatch Bell sequel, he only has to do month to month now. That gives him and his team a lot more breathing room than a week to week. So while the updates are slow, and I would very much wish to binge the entire story in one evening, I will not fault him, because as somebody who has tried to make a comic multiple times, I understand it. So, like, I partially blame, like, the fact that he is being, at this point, he was being serialized, and that he's doing week by week, and, like, he might not have had all the time in the world that he needed to, like, think this far ahead, and it just felt like, the story, like, there's still so much that I want to do with these characters. I don't want to end it yet. Like, I understand that. I completely understand that.
A teleporting jump scare. So the duo of someone who can jump in and out at any moment, and the other who can negate powers
I really hate this design.
Even though I don't find
not in the
Claire to be as
sense
good
that
as
it's
Zena
bad,
was,
I just
it's
really
undeniable the
fucking
person
don't
demand's
like the
attention.
way
It's
it
like the
looks at
final
me.
boss
It gives
in an
me the creepy
RPG game. You go
crawlies.
from fighting local
Gives me
beasts
creepy
and
crawlies
sorcerers
all
to
over.
evil god cosmic megadeth. I mean, look at this final form. Tell me when you started the
Cosmic
series you
Mad
expected something
Megadeth.
like this to pop up. And it takes an effort from everyone to cross the finish line, only raising the stakes more and more as every life is put on the line. The ultimate clash to determine the fate of every character we have known, and the title of Demon King. And Zatch is able to come out on top through sheer determination, and even though it is a meme, yes, because of the friends he made along the way and the power of friendship.
Okay, so that isn't just a meme, by the way. I thought he was one of the creators that talked about it, but ooh. The way Zatch Bell, like, separates itself from just being another, like, Pokemon ripoff, despite even only having one, like, Mamoto per person. Desi, can I say something? Yes, you can. Just 1 second, I'm rambling. So, another creator I can't remember which one, because I've watched, like, a few of them talk about this all week, and I've watched their videos, like, over and over again. And my ADHD mind has kind of melted them together, but... So, the thing is, the books that they use, it seals away the demon's powers. Like, each of these, like, Zatch is made fun of for being the crybaby. He is seen as the weakest among his kind because, like, nobody has really seen his power. He's very bad at casting spells on his own. But he, like, multiple characters will tell you that he is stubborn as shit. He's like Deku. Like, he is scared to shit. Like, when when he's the one being bullied, he will run around, he will run away, he will cry, he will, like, try to hide. But when it's somebody else, he will stand and fight. So, so you would think that in this battle, he would be one of the first that's taken out. Like, they even say in the manga that there's quite a few demons that target him because they assume that he is, in fact, like, the weakest. He will be the easiest target. That is a long username. I'm so glad that you stopped by. I'm doing great. I am rambling. I'm just going to call you Zenny. I hope that's okay. What was I saying? So to put each of the contestants for the Trial of Demon King on the same, like, to basically put them on the same ground, same standing, like, so that they're all equal despite how talented, how powerful they were in their own world, how weak they were. Like, it's to nerf all of them to make them more equal so that this is a fair fight. This isn't oh no, I can overpower this person. Like, this isn't a sheer power kind of thing. This is a growth thing. So, book holders are, like, they're the ones that cast the spells. Like, the demon shoots the spells just like a Pokemon. However, there is a toll that is taken from the book holders. Like, for every spell that they are given, like, they give out, it actually wears them out. It actually saps some of their energy. Similarly, like, the more powerful the spell, the more of a backlash it'll have on both the book holder and the demon. And, like, in this situation, there are few ways that a battle can go. The two demons will like clash on head to head, but there's also the option to like attack the book holder directly. In most Pokemon battles, like obviously you only, like in the anime at least, because in the game you can only attack other Pokemon, but in the anime and in the manga, there are quite a few times where like the Pokemon like is forced to stop to protect their trainer because like their trainer is the one being targeted. What's it called when pairing two people together but it's not a ship? That's a platonic ship, like if they're just friends. At least that's I think that's what you're asking. But what was I saying? Oh, yeah. I love your OC. Thank you. So my OC is specifically the kitty cat that's moving around right there. She is my OC. The model you see like moving around right here is a pre-made model for Prism. If you're looking to start streaming, but you don't have access to a model or and all that, I do suggest Prism. It's got some pretty good pre-made models. I personally do like them. This one in particular is called Neon. But with the Zatch Bell thing, sorry, I'm not trying to rush through this. I'm just, there's just a lot I want to say about it. So, another thing is, when the Mamoto chooses a person, or like a person chooses them, it's kind of both ways. So they are naturally drawn to a single person, is the thing. It's not just anybody who picks up the book can like read the spells. The Mamoto and the book holder have to be connected in some way. Like, they kind of just complete each other in one way or another. I keep saying this, but another creator did explain this. And earlier in this video, he even said like how these two complement each other. But it is quite literally destiny. Like, the Mamoto needs to learn from the book holder as much as the book holder learns from the Mamoto. And whenever a spell is unlocked, it's because there is personal growth. Like, this is quite literally the manifestation of the power of friendship, the drive to keep going, like the whole anime bullshit thing, but given actual meaning and like world building meaning, I should say. So when Zatch learns a new spell, it's because he's overcome something that was previously holding him back, that was keeping him from maturing, like all that stuff. It's and they also learn from the friends that they make too. Like, I don't really know how to explain it because it was it's been a week since I read the particular chapter, but apparently they also get spells from each battle that they win, they get a spell from. The spell isn't automatically usable. It's very emotional based. It's very are you in the headspace to be able to use this kind of thing? The book holder will be able to read it, but they won't actually be able to use it until it's fully unlocked. So that's another thing that is very different from Pokemon. It makes the stakes very real for both people. It's not the Pokemon is protecting their trainer so that their trainer can strategize and figure things out. No, they are in equal parts danger because they can, they're both being attacked. They're both feeling the exhaustion from the battle. It's not just that one is standing nearby out of range from the attacks. And that is something that I wish was shown a bit more in Pokemon. doubt that you would ever be able to really put it into the games aside from like what they did with Legends Arceus, but that's a bit different. At least storytelling wise for the anime is what I should say. JD Zilla, Desi, do you like the art where two characters from different media are together, but it's not romantic? Yes, I do. I love seeing two characters from different media hanging out. It doesn't have to be ship art. I love any kind of art of like characters I really like just spending time together and just hanging out and being buds. Okay, back to the last bit of this video.
It must come to an end. Having Zatch return to the demon realm and the two partners have to say goodbye was not what I was expecting at all. It was an emotional end to a series full of defeats and triumphs. The heart and resilience of the characters is infectious.
I remember your crossovers size dramatically. Yeah, I need to bring back cross this and that. I tried a little bit with my with YouTube shorts. I am just so fucking busy right now because I've been keeping myself afloat with commissions because of my hours being cut and like a lot of debt that needs to be repaid because of how tight money has been. I've had to accumulate a bit of debt for my family to basically be able to afford food. It's not like we're about to be kicked out levels of bad. It's just like, yeah, we're kind of stressing out about it kind of bad. I don't like harping on it, but it always ends up coming out because of how frustrating it is. But yeah, one thing stabilize when I am not ready to just like crawl under my bed and pretend that the world doesn't exist. I will bring back cross this and that. Like if things go well and like streaming becomes a thing that is enjoyable enough for me that I can do it, I will like. I do plan to eventually do a stream where like the chat helps me create a character. But there's a lot of stuff that has to be set up for like something like that so that we don't go fucking crazy with it. And we got another break in like 4 minutes.
And once it's all over, it gives you that same feeling when you beat your...
By the way, like, see this little rabbit guy, like, right here? This is another example of the craziest kind of, like, designs I can go to, because, this guy does have a nose. He just has nostrils very, very parted. He's got a monkey face. He's got very much a monkey face, but, like, that's not a hat. That is his hair and his ears. That is just him.
First Pokemon game, when you finished your first long anime, saying goodbye to that friend that you made on vacation and never saw again. I'm sure many of you who are watching this video watched it at a time in their life when things were much more simple, but even someone like me who just recently gave it a shot, that nostalgic feeling punched me in the face. It's a damn shame that this series isn't brought up more, since the way it executes highly on all of those things from 2000 shonen we grew up on, with its great ending, makes it timeless.
Yes. Like, there are so many characters that I could ramble on about hours from this show. And again, I will do a video where I am, in fact, rambling about them. At least the ones that I can properly... Oh my god! You guys... Hi, Yang! Hi! Like, well, not just Yang, but hi, everybody! Welcome to the stream. Thank you for the raid, Yang. Holy shit. A lot of people. You guys just missed me being a fucking rambler and like there is an ad break coming. Yeah, surprise nerd. Thank you, Catmon. Thank you. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, you guys missed me rambling endlessly about Zatch Bell. Everybody else had to suffer through it. But hi, welcome to the stream. I'm so glad to have you. You guys raided right before an ad break. And unfortunately, I'm out of snoozes, so I can't pause it to, like, greet everybody properly. But hi! Hi. Welcome. So glad to have you. I'm pretty sure I just said it, but yeah. I was rambling about Zatch Bell, and I was enjoying it. I'm still feeling really good. No throat pain, so I might be able to make it like even past 2 hours at this point. So with that said, because you guys skipped out on like watching me ramble about Zatch Bell, I'm going to make you like watch another video with me. I'm gonna make you guys learn about Zatch Bell. So be prepared. But in the meantime, there is like the ad break is coming, so I'm going to swap to that real quick. So muting mic. Okay, I'm back. And I accidentally clicked on the next video that I was going to watch with you guys, which is 6 years old at this point, by the way. So yeah, that's a thing. So, I hope you guys are prepared for another possibly more than 16 minutes of me just rambling about Zatch Bell. Like I said, you guys aren't going to escape this. Actually, should I watch The Genius of Zatch Bell? Actually, I'm gonna watch that one.
So, I have a quick question for you. What is the first anime you ever watched? A lot of you are gonna say something like Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh!, but that's not what I mean. I'm talking about that series where you knew it wasn't a cartoon. Something about it telling you that it was different, but you didn't know why. This is more for the ones around my age where we were exposed to
anime move around a bit.
TV, accidentally leaving it on and finding Inuyasha, or seeing Toonami start up after school. It's where most found the answer to my question. But not me.
I curse you, Cotton Candy Cat.
My parents were very protective and heavily limited TV. Like, they didn't even let me watch...
Yeah, so by the way, I said this at the start of the stream, but from now on, like, whenever I stream certain characters, like using different models, I'm going to also have, like, a meified character, like, toggle, like, right next to it. So that you guys can see, like, what the model would look like if I was, like, the one in charge of designing it. But unfortunately, I am not at the point where I can have custom models yet. I will get to that point someday. That is one of my goals, and I am 100% having one that it is just, like, very anime-fied. Like, not modern anime, it is, like, classic anime-fied. Like, 90s, like, early 2000s anime. Hell yeah.
Samurai Jack to get the idea across. I did catch some SD Gundam, and if I was lucky, an
SD
episode of
Gundam.
DBZ when I was at my neighbor's place.
I fucking
But
forgot about
most
those
of the
little
series
shits.
from the era I missed out on.
They're so cute, though.
Luckily, a few years later, I would find my answer with a series about a young, loud blonde boy. Yeah, Naruto, as well as another one that came out that year. Zatch, though. While I have a massive soft spot for the
So, really quick, oddly enough, I mean, PNG, yeah, I know PNG tubers are a thing. I don't mind that. I actually really like using my PNG, especially my Peewee PNG. I was stuck in ad hell. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, like, it doesn't have to be a 3D model. It can be, like, a PNG model, too. But, what was I saying? Like, I don't mind using PNGs. I just also really enjoy, like, just making funny faces with these pre-made models. So I'm not saying it's a bad thing. Like, it is totally not. Like, if you're somebody who wants to stream and, like, you just really want your own, like, PNG model, go for it. 100%. You know how awkward it is to go and retrieve the order. Yeah. DoorDash is like that sometimes. I was going to say, so I was actually one of the people who didn't actually have a crush on Sasuke. Like, I didn't really like him. He was just a bit too rude for me. I didn't like Naruto either. I will confess that, the ones I actually liked the most when it came to Naruto, like, in that series, I liked Gaara the most. Obviously, like, but when it came to the main cast, obviously I like Sakura a lot, but the only time that I said, oh god, I really love Naruto as a character, is when he did his girl jutsu thing. Ah, shit. For a second, my model froze up, but yeah.
former, I've surprisingly revisited the latter throughout my entire life.
I wish I could say I was that dedicated to Zatch that I revisited him.
Obscurity, but ask anyone who's
Nah,
into
it was just recently that I really needed to.
Cult classic status. And that's always annoyed me since despite the silly look, there is a lot going on here. From its combat, visuals, and story. So now that I've made my way through the
Cute little
anime and
babies.
manga, we're finally gonna give it its time.
To those of you who are just popping in, by the way, these are, like, most of these are 6-year-old children.
But for the
Demon children, but
uninitiated,
children.
What exactly is Zatch Bell? Funny enough, to answer this question, we're gonna have to shift focus to Kiyomaru, a teenage genius who's isolated himself from the world due to him being
Imagine being
superior to
so
his
smart that you
peers.
gotta
No longer
isolate
going to
yourself.
school since he can easily pass, with the students and teachers hating him for it. Until one day, because of his father, gets stuck looking after Zatch, a strange blonde child with him a red book with unknown characters.
Yeah,
That when
warning,
read,
Zatch
makes
is
him
naked
shoot
a
lightning
lot.
From his mouth with insane
I said this
power.
before,
What
but
is
giving
he?
another
Why
warning.
Brooklyn? Where did he come from? This would start to get answered when they get attacked by a pair like them. That when their book gets burned from the battle, the child desperately tries to stop it until he just fades from existence. Right after being revealed that 100 demon children were sent to this world in a competition
There it
to
is.
decide the next king of their realm. The winner being the last one standing. And yes, it is exactly what it sounds like, a battle royale.
Yeah.
Which doesn't seem special now since it's become a popular subgenre.
I know I already said this before, but again, it is wild that I don't blame, like, I'm not saying that it's a bad idea, but, like, the fact that these are small children, like, as somebody who is an adult now, even if they're demons, they're small children. Like, if they were not as powerful as they are, you could actually just punt them across the room, and they would probably be down for the count. Nostalgia, why is it always children? Why can't it be adults? So there is actually a valid reason for why a lot of manga are about children/teenagers. Because, like, a lot of them are trying to appeal to children/teenagers. And it's easier for a child to get invested, like, see themselves in a character if the character is around the same age as them. It's not impossible when it comes to adults, but when you have adult characters but in a childish setting, it can be a bit of a disconnect if not done well. I'm not saying it's impossible again, it's just like, it's just like there can be a disconnect that just doesn't make the story entertaining enough for said child to enjoy it. But, and another reason is, like, a lot of the times it's easier to tell a story where a character has character growth and progression if they're younger. Like, it's, like, for adults, a lot of the times with certain story... Okay, Mama! With certain stories, it's harder to write for an adult making progression. Because, like, there's always that idea of adults needing to already have things figured out. That's, like, you can suspend your disbelief a lot easier that, yeah, this person has a lot of growing to do because they're a kid, because they're a teenager, they're not adults yet. Sorry, water. And another thing is, like, these are all kids that are fighting to be the next Demon King. It's redeem stretchies. Okay. Thank you. Oh, I actually needed that. My shoulders popped a bit. Neck. So these kids are all fighting to be the Demon King. You, like, in the previous video, and probably in this one too, you will see, like, some characters who are not small itty-bitty children. We talking about Zatch Bell? Hell yeah! We are talking about Zatch Bell. First time chatter, Crow Ryujin Chaos? Is that how all that's spelled? Obviously, I'm just gonna call you Crow, but welcome to the stream. Thank you for chatting. And yes, we are talking about Zatch Bell. Cat Mom, this reminds me, I'm gonna have to come your way sometime about some creatures someday. Go the fuck ahead. I love talking about creatures. It is crows, just works fine. Okay. I said that weird, but thank you. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. So there are some characters like that are demons who do not look like itty bitty babbies, but it specifically says that it's 100 demon children, so you can at least assume that that they're at least under 18 or like under 21, like depending on like how the mangaka decided to like gauge like who is an adult and who isn't technically. At least in this era of Japan, like I'm pretty sure nobody was considered an adult until they were at least 16. Or at least they weren't considered a legal adult until they're 18. I'm pretty sure. I'm not going to get into the age of consent thing. That is a rabbit hole that I'm not touching. God, another ad break. I really need to learn how to set up ad breaks. I don't know how to set them up anymore. But, so because, like, this is the next Demon King, like, and, like, at the end of the series, you even see that Zatch has to go through a lot of tutoring to learn how to be a king. So it does make sense that it needs to be children who go through this. It can't be adults who, like, these are children that need to learn, like, what it is to be strong, what it means to be, like, to be a leader, to stand above everybody, and all that stuff. So it makes sense that it's small children, because, like, once they get the title of king, they still need to go through tutoring, they still got to go through schooling to teach them about all the intricacies about being a demon king. And, like, if you're an adult trying to learn that shit, I can guarantee you it will break your brain. That is a lot of information and a lot of new thinking you gotta do. And start it young. Like, if you're going to train somebody to be, like, a king, start it young. That's the only thing I can say about that.
Across many forms of media.
Thankfully, we don't see all 100 demon children, so I can't completely say it, but thankfully there is only, like, three people who are actually children who, like, become contracted to, like, become partners to these demon children. So the fact that they are demons mean that they heal very fast. They, like, can take a lot of pummeling, so you don't have to worry about them dying. But you do have to worry about the humans dying. Like, you have to be afraid of the humans dying.
But for context, Zatch made its chapter debut in Weekly Shonen Sunday on January 10th, 2001. Not only predating the boom by
JD Zilla,
15
Desi,
years,
I
but
need to
coming out
say
less than a
this
month
insomnia
after the
is
titular
a pain
Japanese
when
film
trying to
that
get ready for
directly
bed,
influenced that cultural
going
shift.
and going to sleep. Yeah, I
Meaning
believe that.
Makoto Raiku couldn't have been inspired by it since the contents of the manga were too well thought out to have been rushed in such a short window.
Hell yeah.
I'm getting a little ahead of myself, so the easiest way to show this is by talking
Keep
about
saying
the
just
books
hell
and
yeah,
how they
but
heavily change
big
combat.
agree.
When a
Strong
demon is
agree.
sent to our world, all the powers they had prior are locked away in it, and the only way to get access to them is by finding a human partner they internally synergize with. Them being the ones who decide spells and when to use them. Basically, you no longer have control of your skill set, and must now rely on someone else to do something that is second nature.
I literally rambled
To
about
put
this
it another
before this
way,
video.
when a
I had
character
no,
is fighting,
like,
there is an immediacy between
I'm not gonna
strategy
say I had
and
no reason to. I had a
execution.
reason
Seeing
to.
them
It's because I
try
wanted to.
something, the outcome and based on their abilities quickly form their next move.
Ooh.
This is something invisible that's in every scuffle that you never think about it. But here, the books break that down to its individual components. The opponents attacking, with the bookkeeper having to pick from a selection of abilities to counter with, giving the fights a more turn-based feel. And when you learn that Makoto Raiku's favorite games are Dragon Quest and Final Fantasy from an interview he did with Anime News Network, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
This
it
might come
does.
off as just Pokemon with extra steps for some.
Pokemon
which
with
I
extra
totally
steps.
Get, but based on everything I've said about basic combat,
Whenever I hear
there
that, I
is
can't help
a
laughing.
lot more to it. The book forcing the humans to be actively involved.
So one thing that, like, still bugs me, like, luckily it's fixed a lot more in, like, the part 2 of this series. But yeah, at some angles, their faces look so weird, unfortunately. The anime does not do it any better. Like, some angles, they do not draw them well at all. They look so weird. And not in the way that I like either. But another ad break. I will figure this shit out, I promise. We won't just be stuck with ad breaks. But I'm gonna take it to at least get up and stretch properly. So 1 second. Okay, and the ad break is about to end in a few seconds. Okay, are we back? Looks like it.
Despite the spells coming from the demons, the strain of it falling on them. A move that is nothing for one, being killer for the other since their body is not used to it. Limiting fights so they never drag on since they're the very finite resource while adding a whole other element of strategy. Burning the book is the only way to remove someone from competition, creating 2 combat approaches.
By the way, like, in terms of Pokemon, it actually would make more sense, like, for why a character blacks out when their Pokemon are all defeated, if there was actually a kind of strain that the Pokemon trainer gets from, like, battling with their Pokemon. Like, in a sense, with the whole, like, sorcerer and familiar kind of thing, that definitely makes a lot of sense why, like, using your familiar like you would use a Pokemon would create a strain on the person, like, controlling it. But, yeah, that's why I really love Zatch Bell's whole power system. I remember watching a manga recap on Tatari. It sucks that it got axed. I don't know that manga, but I will, like, check it out. But yeah, it always sucks whenever a good manga is axed.
Approaches. The first being your traditional
that is
shonen
loud.
battles, where the demons just go head to head until one eventually falls, leaving the bookkeeper completely defenseless.
By the way,
Or you can
so the character, it sounds like summoner skill issue. Yeah, it is. But by the way, the character that is in this panel right here, in the English translation of, like, the English dub, she is called Penny. I'm, like, in the Japanese English sub, she's called Patty. She is, like, the only one who just straight up says that she is in love with Zatch. And I love that. I love her design because she is quite literally princess coded, but she is both the princess and the dragon. And she is just straight up crazy. She crazy girl. She is 7 years old, so she is a year older than Zatch, but she is nearly twice his size. So that either means that, no, it definitely means that Zatch has, always just been, like, tinier than other people, because in the sequel manga, he is shorter than pretty much everybody so far. And I love that for him. It's just so cute.
just ignore the demon outright and aim straight for them. The attacks being very powerful by default due to the demons having a strong endurance and healing factor. And while they can take it, that can't be said for the other party. They're just
I am in fact winning Yamba because I'm making you all like learn about Zatch Bell with me.
Using the books, the encounters have this level of brutality that feels more of what you'd see at the end of a series like this. This may sound really complicated, but trust me when I say it isn't. So much so that it's all shown in 2 chapters, allowing you to enjoy the playground that is Raiku's meta. From the demon's abilities that vary drastically being physical or actual spells, or how they use the setting, like an opponent tricking them into a forest slowly mentally and physically exhausting Kyo, to a standard one-on-one that it never gets old seeing Zatch and Kyo.
I absolutely love the battles of when, like, Zatch is up against somebody who just throws hands. Yamba, so when do you want to talk about what you want to do? Want Pee-wee to do, by the way. Probably after the stream. I know I said I would do it tomorrow, but like yesterday. Unfortunately, yesterday there was a big work meeting that I had to go to like I've said it quite a few times that I'm like, for anybody who's new to here, I work as a caretaker for my younger sister. Just yell at you for it. Yeah, I will. And recently we had to go to a meeting that basically would justify her getting more caretaker help. Because, for quite a while, it was just me and my mom. We had other caretakers, but they either, couldn't handle my sister or they moved away for other work things. And so, recently her hours were cut because, my mom was, what was it? Basically it was that, my mom thought that she didn't need a certain kind of, help because it wasn't explained to her, what that, what the paperwork entailed for, that care service. So her hours were cut because the state thought that, oh, she, doesn't need that much help. She does. She's a very, very sweet girl. She's very creative. I absolutely love my sister. I am absolutely proud of her. But unfortunately, she just needs a lot of care and attention that me and my mom just cannot give her without wearing ourselves out. So the meeting was basically to justify having more hours. That way she can have a few more caregivers that can come more often so that she can get the social stimulation that she needs, so that she can get the care and attention she needs, all of that. And hopefully the state will agree that yes, she does in fact need all that care. And if it is approved, then we are fucking golden. But it was still a bit stressful. Because, meetings are always stressful because if you accidentally say the wrong thing, they might take it the wrong way. So both me and my mom were just, very stressed out because we just didn't want to word things wrong. We also didn't want to make my sister sound like she was a danger to herself. Basically, caregiving is, caregiving is not for everybody, but I'm willing to do it because it's something that just, just to society, basically. We just live in a society where this stuff is a lot more difficult than, it would theoretically need to be. But, more on Zatch Bell.
People think their way out of each scenario. A great showcase of this is the very early fight with Fane, an air-based demon who our duo can't hit since he's naturally fast.
I fucking hate this guy.
Cornering himself on the roof uses his shield spell
Great
to block
design.
the incoming attack.
Makes me
Something that
cringe.
Fane
I
usually jumps
hate
over,
him.
Only to have Zakir locked and loaded
Also,
on the
one of
other
those
side,
characters
changing
where I'm
him
pretty
mid-air.
sure he's not a
These
small
are just
child.
super tiny samples of what to expect.
I'm
with
pretty
both
sure he
forms
is
of
at
attack.
least 16
That
years old. He
encounters
feels
always
like
feel fresh,
a
and this isn't
shitty ass
getting to the
teenager.
high level where the playstyles are being switched mid-combat. You can really feel the love Reku has for the turn-based RPG genre, and with how he combines it with Battle Shonen, it's why I keep coming back.
Hell yeah,
Demons
brother.
being transported to Earth gives a great excuse as to why the powers exist while streamlining the contents of the series. The scale being very tiny since there isn't a world to build, and finite since there's only 100 participants. Yet still feeling grand because of the global reach of the tournament. That doesn't mean it's non-existent. Zatch having lost his memories at the start gives him and the world a mystique that slowly gets drip-fed as he meets more of his kind. Like how he's the weakest from selection, making him the main target for others. Which was a great idea since there's always a fight around the corner while letting us enjoy the wide range of demons Raikou can come up with. Not seeing their world allows him to design them however he wants, which he took great advantage of. Some look human, others animal, to even mixing and matching. Some being very exaggerated, with the more restrained ones still feeling like they don't belong in this realm, like they're clashing with it.
Yeah.
His love for character is really apparent, but not just visually, but
Again, I'm not-
incorporates it into the...
So, again, I'm not sure if this is the creator that, explains the character designs a bit. So I'm just going to say it just in case. But, one thing that is, like really good with this is the ones that, like you said, how like even though they look very human, they still feel like they clash with like our world. And part of that is because they're definitely designed to be like not completely a part of our world, since the way you'll see other characters, unless they're very bombastic in personality, they won't have like extremely different clothing. Like they won't have that anime style clothing. They won't have like the bright colors, the interesting shape, language, like the feeling that it is a costume, but at the same time still their outfit. And I think that definitely helps with the fact that some of them look like they're designed to be dolls. Like they're like that definitely helps separate them from being human without looking overtly like demons. Because they're meant to be like more doll-like or action figure-like, or like something that is for show but not for something that is supposed to exist in everyday life, if that makes sense.
Story. The goal of the competition isn't just to pick a king, but to shape the contestants through it. Plunging them into the world and stripping them of everything. Powers, friends, knowledge, it forces them out of their comfort zone where they must now rely on someone else. That person
again with the ad breaks. I need to better
making
like
up what the other lacks, and through
so if anybody has any tips on how to better control the whole ad break thing, like with that, I would appreciate it, because I'm still learning the controls of this shit. I thought I had it, but apparently not. I will probably try to fix that like during this ad break, just because it's getting on my nerves.
Exposing them to new concepts. It's not about having the best partner or abilities, but about finding the best relationship that will optimize growth for both. That it's only when they're together that the demons become the definitive versions of themselves. The strongest teams being the ones
how to
that
make
get
a
the
6-year-old
most
look
out of
like
the
a badass.
That's how they find their beliefs that make them who they are. Like when they meet Karuru, a sweet, peaceful human who
baby.
is unluckily chosen. Forced to bear a violent split personality that she just asks Zatch
Oh,
to
this
burn
always
her
makes me so
book
sad.
and end her suffering. He's resistant on the idea while Kyo painfully burns it, exposing him to a...
So I said earlier that I originally shipped these two together, but like as an adult, like rewatching this scene, it's very obvious that Zatch, like he doesn't have a crush on her, like I originally thought as a small babu. But it's quite literally that yes, he has affection for her, but it's because she is literally the first friend his own age he's able to make in this world. Like, Zatch starts the series off with his memories erased. He doesn't have any friends. Anybody of his own kind at this point has only attacked him. And even when he's trying to, like... And even when he's trying to just talk to them, they are still, like, trying to attack him, and he literally has no idea why. Like, Kalulu is his... At this point, the first friend he made, and he loses her, like, within a day. Like, maybe within 2 days. So, like, rereading this, and, like, under the full context, and as an adult, I actually teared up a little bit because of how bad I felt for these two little kids. Looking back when I was originally remembering these scenes, I thought that they actually had more time together. Somehow I gaslit myself into thinking that these two, like, had time to play together. They had time to, like, just be little kids together. No, they only had 2 days. Zatch only had a real friend his own age for 2 days before she was taken away from him. But I'm not tearing up right now. I'm just trying to find the right words without repeating myself like a parrot. But yeah.
Harsh reality of the world. It's hard moments like these that give him his motivation for winning that he carries all the way till the end, turning the battles into these literal clashes of ideology to see who.
Yamba, when you meet a kid at the park and you need to pile drive them off the monkey bars because it's time to go home. Basically.
Whose is actually stronger, which is emphasized even more with how these spells are unlocked. Not with training, but through those life-defining moments that truly show who you are from either half of the pair. Meaning that the only way to get stronger is by character development. Since it's all based on what the characters are figuring out about themselves, the level of realization equating to the strengths of the spell. The first fight is a great showcase of this. The only reason they win is because of a defensive spell born from Kyo's yearn to protect someone from the prior chapter. Which I really love, since it not only gives the series really tight pacing, as well as a solid excuse for new powers randomly unlocking, it cleverly handicaps stronger demons, that due to their way of life back home are.
I literally just said this before you guys rated my stream. I literally said all of this. And I don't regret doing it because I love rambling about this. Okay, another ad break. I'm gonna try and fix, like, the ads popping up. So, 1 second. Probably more than 1 second. Okay, I think I fixed it. Maybe not. I don't know. Oh, I gotta switch off. There we go. Okay. Hopefully my avatar did not freeze up on me. Nope. Not that. Ride the lightning.
Much more powerful and would curve stomp everyone.
Yeah.
The book's putting everyone at an equal start, locking away their abilities.
Again, I
meaning
literally
both camps
said
develop
this.
differently. The first externally honing their physical and mental attributes from all the experience and battles in the outside world, while the second being more internal and meditative.
Literally the edgiest character to ever come out of the early 2000s. Like, you can probably think of other characters that might be quote-unquote edgier, but no, this guy was first. I don't care, like, how quickly their anime or manga came out, he was first. And as a kid, he scared the shit out of me. He is maybe 13 and he's already got fucking sideburns.
One forcing the weaker participants to grow and get stronger, and in
Yucky
doing so
boy.
get new powers. The other making the already strong ones having to earn them by finding what they're missing. And you really see this through Zatch and Brago. Zatch gaining his motivation and actively trying to get stronger to achieve his goal, while Brago, as unbeatable as he is, trying to understand the purpose of pairing with humans. These two are just the many we meet in the series, the development meaning something different for everyone. Let's take Tia, for example.
Tia!
A demon that immediately gets betrayed by her only friend at the start of the competition, closing herself off from the others, succumbing to the every man for himself mentality. And yet, despite her aggressive behavior, her powers say otherwise. Her only betrayed by her only friend at the start of the competition.
Okay,
closing herself
wait
off from
1
the
second.
others, succumbing to the every man for himself mentality. And yet, despite her aggressive behavior,
She does this a lot, by the way. She, like, even after they officially become friends and Zatch finally has a friend his own age, she bullies him so much. Like, she is nice to him plenty of the time, but unfortunately, Zatch is as dense as a fucking rock, so some of the time he doesn't always say the right things. She strangles him a lot. She hits him a lot. She has got a fucking temper. She could have absolutely destroyed him in a one-on-one fight without any magic. She could have just pummeled him into the dust. Yamba, how you want to deal with me often? Yes, I will probably redraw this at some point.
her powers say otherwise. Her only attack spell being so weak that its only purpose is for burning books, not actual combat. While her other more defensive ones are unbeatable, that her nature is that of someone who wants to protect, that it isn't until she forms her friendship with Zatch that she starts getting more powerful spells. This is one of my favorite moments in the whole series.
So, like I said, she has bullied Zatch a lot. It's not... So, I don't think that this is a weird character pairing. Like I said, like, earlier before, like, my stream got raided, Tia actually has had a crush on Zatch for a while, so she's been doing the whole thing of teasing the boy that she likes. I guess it's because she's a tsundere, or at least a soft version of a tsundere. But in other tidbits that we see of her, it's definitely in character for her that she is like a nurturing person. She is the big sister. In the sequel comic, she is actually called Big Sister by a lot of the younger demon children, and she completely takes on the role of being the protector. Unfortunately, we don't get to see a lot of tidbits of when it was in the demon realm, even in the bonus comic. We only just get to see a little bit of it that hints to the fact that, yeah, she has always had a crush on Zatch, which I will still laugh at.
Because you see everything we've talked about. The partner filling in the gap.
Sorry, I'm very comfy right now, so I might be yawning a bit.
It's not about winning or
When her
losing, but
tears
about
are
the
bubbling
impact
up in
these
her
connections
eyes,
will
that is
have on the
one of my favorite
participants.
panels.
Rika's love for character is so palpable with how he incorporated it into...
One sec. JD Zilla asks, Desi, have you played Cookie Run Kingdom? Yes, I have. I haven't touched it lately because I've been too busy to, but I will probably restart it on a different profile, like on stream eventually. Like, just so, just so I can have an excuse to talk about my favorite cookies and ramble at you guys about them.
Every facet of the series. From the blood, sweat, and tears poured into the spells, that they represent everything about
He's
the users.
so
That it's no
tiny!
wonder why the fights are so
He's so
intense and visceral. making them tooth and nail struggles for survival. Where the cost of losing is also
I
saying
always
goodbye to
cringe
someone
whenever
you've
I
grown
see
very
them
close
completely
to,
torn
and
up
it makes
like
the moments
this.
when they have to go hit much harder, which Raikou doesn't pull any punches with. There's never a moment when you meet a pair and it's obvious they're going to be taken out because the designs never feel lazy, creating that real feeling of death of something being abruptly cut
Pee-wee
short.
sized, yeah,
And it
completely.
makes sense with how much thought he put into them, creating some of my favorites of all
Sippy,
time
sippy.
just because of how clever they are. Which I know sounds crazy, but bear with me. The demons being the immediate eye candy, with the humans having a more grounded look. As we talked about earlier, being from another world allowed him to
That
do
is
whatever
crazy
he
calling
wanted,
them
as
eye
well as get
candy.
past the limitations of Earth.
Which
giving
does
them
make
unique
sense.
features
They are
and
literally
colors, leading
candy
to their
colored.
more exaggerated looks. When you remember that their partners are extensions of who they are, it adds a whole...
So that, like, Blondie over here is what I mean by a character with a bombastic design. Like, if you didn't already know that he was human, like, if all the other, like, human characters had just very plain designs, you might, like, at some point accidentally think that he might be a demon just because of, like, the slight... not really slight, he's got literally pointy shoes and hearts over his nipples. Like, it's one of those things of, yeah, you could have easily been tricked into thinking that he is just a demon that looks like an adult.
whole other layer to it because something about them is being represented through each other.
It is honestly a shame that, like, it's only in, like, very serious, comics page spreads that he looks like a normal person, because he looks so badass in this picture, even while surrounded by little duck boys. But any other time, he just looks like a fucking goober, which makes him one of the best characters. I found him so fucking annoying as a kid, though, but as an adult, yeah, I love him. Not my favorite character, though.
Zatch being this friendly child with never-ending energy, that it makes sense his power is electricity.
Hell yeah.
That you can see him as the endless potential Kyo is wasting at the beginning of the story by closing himself off. That it's after he meets him his true, much kinder...
So, the line art for this is, like, it's very stiff, but not, like, So, it's not, like, crunchy stiff, like, it's minimalist stiff, I guess you could say. But whenever he draws characters like this, especially when he draws their hair and, like, even the, like, the way Zatch's tunic is, like, there's not, like, most of the detail that goes into Zatch in this picture is literally just in his hair and with his ribbon. But, like, the coloring and the way the hair is drawn makes it look so fucking soft. He looks just like a little doll. Like, you could pick him up and, like, you can tell, like, he's not a wooden doll. He is, like, a plush doll. He's soft, he's small, he's round, he is adorable. You want to pick him up and squeeze him.
personality comes out. While
I know I keep
is
saying
the
this, but I
knowledge
will
Zatch
not
is
stop saying
missing,
it. You cannot
that
make me
rubs off on
stop.
him with every battle. Electricity being one of the most flexible powers that's being fully utilized when they...
I also really fucking love, like, in Pokemon, like, there is a lot of movement, like, but, yes, again, Pee-wee, but, in both the manga, the anime, and, like, the stills in the game, like, there's enough movement that you can tell, like, the Pokemon are putting their bodies into each attack. But I absolutely love how Zatch, when he is firing off his electric blast, he is literally being thrown back from the force of it. He is literally spitting out a giant wave of lightning from his mouth, and his body is so small that it is being propelled backwards. And I just really love that. Like, there's plenty of attacks in Pokemon, like the big energy blast, the big, like, hyper beams and everything. Like, you see the Pokemon move when they're about to do it, but at the same time, it doesn't feel like there's a lot of force on their part, I guess you could say. Like, there's movement to activate it, but it doesn't feel like there's a lot of force that's happening because of it, if that makes sense.
Come together. This synergy being represented visually, with him having a more regal look with the white and gold ribbon
Regal.
contrasting the color of his mantle. That is complementary to Kyo's studious look, yet still feeling childlike with his shoes being folded over, with the energetic yellow being Zatch's hair, while the calmer white
So
and
cute.
blue are on Kyo, that create an electric motif down to the green in his mantle. And this is just the main duo.
Yeah.
If we go to Tia, it's totally different. Megumi being this huge
So I really do love, like, he's going to go into it a bit more detail, but so as a kid, I actually thought, like, for a hot minute that these two were sisters. Like, before I realized that, oh, this little girl is also a demon, I thought that these two were sisters because they literally have the same haircut. Like, yes, it's different colors, but, like, their eye shapes, like, everything like, it's so similar to each other that they are literally, like, look like they're sisters. Zatch has a built-in rail cannon. Yes, it is. But, like, their pose, like, the way they're posed together like this, it's, like, it quite literally looks like Tia is a, like, pre-evolution of Megumi. Like, they have the same energy in their posing. Like, Zatch and Kyo, the way that they were posed, it's, like, it's standing very firm. It looks very dependable. They are ready for a fight. But in this, it looks very playful. Like, they're posed perfectly to, like, match each other's energy. Like, you can tell that they make a good duo. Yamba, alright, time to find monsters that will give Pee-wee a lightning blast. But, so, I think he talks about it, like, yeah, he definitely talks about it, but Megumi is actually a pop star. So, like, in this, it totally looks like these two are posing for shots for, like, a magazine cover, but they're just told, yeah, like, just have fun. So, like, they're spinning around, they're jumping a little bit, and, like, the photographer just, like, perfectly captures a moment where they're perfectly posed together, just having fun. And it is the cutest thing in the world. Sorry, notifications.
pop idol that everyone knows, you can see her as this personification
Literally.
of how honest she is to the world. That the pleasant, vibrant appearance that people see on stage isn't a facade, but who she really is. That Tia is her personality, making it so perfect that when you see her in that life, she's so done with it. So, what does the human have to say about the other? It's actually quite simple. Despite her appearance, she's a normal girl just like her partner. Her outward appearance may say one thing, but unlike Megumi, what's underneath might have a little more of an edge, lacking the puppet features and giving her an inviting doll-like look, with the long hair and handcrafted details like the frills on her dress, the hold on her shoes, the open pattern on her sleeves, and the angelic neck piece. That feel fragile, especially with the strawberry shortcake palette, but is
Strawberry
reversed
shortcake,
so
I
hard
forgot
by
he
them having
compared
the
to it to
ultimate
strawberry
defense,
shortcake.
since they have to
That's
protect
adorable.
the ones they care about. The colors themselves make a healing motif as well as showing parts of her personality. The strong red for her fiery, aggressive side, with pink being more tender, and with a small splash of orange for a bit of playfulness. Megumi having natural colors like green, yellow, and orange that are complementary to Tia, emphasizing her nature even more and being cheerful in its own way. She changes outfits throughout the series, so you...
This isn't a nitpick for the style, but, like, with how, like, circular their faces are, I really love, like, this whole detail of, where they're like when they're turned to the side, like they barely have a nose, but it makes their eyes look even more gigantic than like how they're looking straight ahead. Is just adorable. That's very simplistic. Unfortunately, it doesn't always look good in the animated style. If they ever do a reboot of this series and with the animated series, hopefully it doesn't look as jarring. And another ad break because I was talking too long. Apparently I didn't fix it. Oh well. Big sigh.
Different combinations of the colors, which is a really nice touch. I'm also bringing...
By the way, I did say in another stream that Zatch actually had a trading card game. I am scared to look it up because I'm pretty sure, like, trying to buy it online again would probably be so fucking expensive. But I did have Tia's book. Like, so unlike Pokemon, Zatch, because of the book motif, you could slip the cards into like these little miniaturized books that were just the right size for the cards. I had Tia's book. I was so happy when like when you would buy the cards at Dollar Tree, they had the books, then they had card packs, and the books would have like a few cards inside. Like probably, if I remember correctly, it was the demon that corresponded to the book, and I got Tia. I was so happy. I actually the the ad break was actually well timed because I actually have to go to the bathroom. I just realized that I just moved a little bit, and now I gotta pee. I gotta pee. 1 second. See you guys in like probably a minute or so. Okay, I'm back. One sec. Let's see if my model still wants to mind. Screen editing. But why is it so dark again? Cancel. Ah, geez, my model is gone again. Okay, maximum of 1 model. That would be great if she actually, like, fucking showed up. Odds are I might have to just, like, do the rest of this stream, like, with, oh, there she is. I might have to do, like, eventually one of these days I might end up just doing a PNG stream with these. So, there we go. Hopefully I also have, like, the ads thing for my stream fixed now. And there we go. I have been streaming for 2 hours and 30 minutes while mostly talking about Zatch Bell.
This up since there are some that don't abide by this, but I don't think it's a coincidence how often we see this palette. But even when you remove it, like in the cover, just by looking at Tia, you immediately know everything about her. And you can see this with every pair, some making complete total sense why they're together, with others being so unexpected, those being my favorites. Since so much is being said, you just don't know how. So let's reverse it here and focus on Drago.
Nostalgia says you must depart.
His partner to have a
I'm sorry.
cold appearance
If you gotta go, you gotta go.
Look. So when you see it Sherry,
Yes, you're free from my grasp. You can go do whatever you need to do. If you need to go to bed, go to bed. Thank you so much for coming.
Series, creating this really unique Rorschach test where how you view someone changes when you see who they're paired with.
I forgot that he, like, described it like that.
Together because of their hatred, hers for demons and his for humans. She has a lot of anger, and he is that monster. Their goal to end the game as fast
I'll miss you
as
too.
many players as
Lucky,
possible.
hi!
They're
It still
the
seems to be
extreme,
on
but
the
Raikou
waiting
always
screen on
manages to present
Twitch.
the humanity
What?
in all of
Why? Damn it! Fuck. I thought I clicked that, but apparently not. Thank you for telling me, Lucky. There we go.
But even when you remove it, like in the cover, just by looking at Tia, you immediately know everything about her. And you can see this with every pair, some making complete total sense why they're together, with others being so unexpected.
Another quick thing, so,
Or some that don't abide by this, but I don't think it's a coincidence how often we see this palette. But even when you remove it, like in the cover...
So, like, really quick, if you notice, like, right behind her, I don't know if you guys picked up on it, but her, like, that is actually one of her quote-unquote attacks. It's actually a healing ability that she has. This, like, it's shaped like a cross, but also like a sword. So what it does is when she uses the spell, it is actually a sword, and the way it heals is that it literally plunges into a character to heal them. So she can either use it on... I don't remember if she can actually use it on herself. But this is actually one of the times that proves that, that the battle for the throne doesn't actually have to be a complete battle royale, everybody for themselves kind of thing. Because if so, why are they able to learn, like, why are some of them able to learn, like, healing spells that can actually be used on other people? Like, I'm pretty sure, like, that So, like, obviously the mangaka wants to have a variety of characters. He wants to, like, these characters to work together. Obviously, that is his intent. But, like, even, like these small bits of things, it actually makes you think about the world building and like what the people, quote unquote, in charge of the demon realm actually have in mind for stuff like this. Because it's not like Pokemon moves. Like Pokemon have a set kind of moves that they're able to learn. Everybody knows this. But these spells are complete, like even if they've practiced spells in the past, there's no set for like what kind of spells these kids can like potentially learn. And it's pretty interesting when you think about it, because like it could have completely been like where the Demon King literally told them it's every man for themselves, like only one of you can be king, so only one of you can like make it out of this unscathed. But like the fact that there's demons that can heal is just one of those things that makes me so giddy to like think about the world building. I just got a text from my mom. One sec. Okay. Text from my mom handled. And it says hydrate. I'm gonna hydrate. So, another thing I wanted to say about this is, like the whole idea of, like, how much of this is completely fans theorizing and how much of this is actually something that the mangaka intended for people to think about. Like, that's always something very interesting, because if you look back on, like, the Pokemon theories, like the theory of Ditto being a failed clone of Mew, like, the people in charge of Pokemon have already stated, no, we never really thought about that. Like, that was never intended, but it was still a theory that fans, like, came up with and does make sense. It's not like a theory that they pulled out of nowhere. It's been disproven, but obviously that's not going to stop people.
Just by looking at Tia, you immediately know everything about her. And you can see this with every pair, some making complete total sense why they're together, with others being so unexpected, those being my favorites. Since so much is being said, you just don't know how. So let's reverse it here and focus on Brago. And when
again
you see him,
with the
you're expecting his
fucking, I
partner
thought
to
I
have a
fixed
menacing,
that.
cold appearance to match
No.
his intimidating look. So when you see it's Sherry, a whole other side is being shown, and that goes both ways. This logic is applied to every team in the series, creating this really unique Rorschach test where how you view someone changes when you see who they're paired with. And these guys are the outlier.
I do also want to, like, comment on, like, so, like, look at how, like, Sherry and Kyo are looking. Like, it looks like they are looking directly at each other, and the same with Zatch. Like,
every team in the series, creating this really unique Rorschach test where how you view someone
but
changes when you
Mr.
see
Dark
who
and
they're
Edgy,
paired
he
with.
is looking
And
directly
these guys are
at the viewer.
outlier coming
Like, that
together
is
because of
intimidation
hatred,
on
hers
another
for
level.
demons and his for humans. She has a lot of anger, and he is that monster. Their goal to end the
I do also want to comment on, like, so she literally holds a knife to her neck. Like, she is fully ready to hurt herself, to make herself unable to be his partner, and leaving him completely defenseless. Because as strong as he is, these demons cannot at all use their spells without a caster. So if she is incapacitated, he would be completely defenseless against somebody with strong spells. And, like, she is literally ready to do this to, like, stop him. Like, she knows she has a leash on this kid, even if, like, he slips out of it quite a few times. And when you think about, like, okay, if it wasn't if this wasn't a destiny pairing, if he literally could have chosen any weak human to do his bidding, he very easily could have gone on a rampage by just intimidating his partner. Sherry, like, absolutely does not fucking let him, though.
Game as fast and take out as many players as possible.
Also, this is another instance of a, like, book wielder, like, fighting, like, for themselves. Like, look at her. She is getting in the middle of that fight. She is whopping ass left and right for herself. She is defending herself. She is not waiting for this little edge boy to defend her, to protect her at all. She is completely prepared to, like, get through this as fast as possible without completely relying on him.
They're the extreme, but Raikou always manages to present the humanity in all of his pairings. Brago being this boogeyman that is feared by everyone, so limiting his appearance keeps that idea intact. And yet, when he does, there's always these little moments that really sell you on his relationship with Sherry. Initially bonding from hatred, these private moments convey that it's so much more now. And it's why they're one of my favorite teams, because I just love how much they care for each other in their own space.
So, in the sequel, like, when he shows up to defend her, he goes to the nines. Like, he dresses her wounds and, like, actually, like, uses his gravity powers to compress her wounds because of how swollen they've gotten. And, like, I won't spoil it completely, but he does something that, like, you are pretty sure that he is about to kill someone over how mad they've made him because of how much danger Sherry and her family have been put in. By the way, he hasn't, like, at this point, he hasn't seen her in 15 fucking years. He starts out absolutely hating her, but, like, this goes to show, like, how much they've bonded over the series, that he is absolutely livid that she is put in danger, and her so-called family wasn't even there to, like, protect her or her children. Like, they were very nearly killed if he hadn't shown up. And that pisses him off to hell and back. Like, he doesn't even know the full context. So whether he has a crush on her or views her as a, like, older sister that he, like, reluctantly adores, it's just very fucking cute.
Special way. Which is also a testament to Raikou's character work, since Braga doesn't even have a backstory, and I genuinely love him. And if you think this is
he is literally never given the backstory. Like, it's not like he was abused as a child, so that's why he's an edgelord. No, he's just like that. Like, and again, I love that for him. Sherry has a reason for, like, why she is, and that's another contrast to their characters. Like, she's the way she is because of her upbringing and because of, like, what she is fighting for. He's the way he is because that's just how he is. Like, he enjoys the way he is. He's, like, content with the way he is. He's not, like, angry at the world. He's only angry at his current situation. Like, he could have, like, completely gone about his day, like, without this trial and still been, like, this fucking edgy, angry little dude.
Isolated incident, the number of times he made me feel something for an asshole is annoyingly higher than I want it to be, so he's doing something right. If you made
I love
it this
asshole
far into the video,
characters.
you're a little interested in the series, so what's the best way to do so?
How much battery power? Okay, I have 25% battery power. I'm probably going to, like, go for a bit longer. I did plan to do, like, the rest of the commission on stream. I'm probably not going to do that anymore. I will finish the commission. It's not for, like, you, Yamba, or you, Lucky. It's for somebody else that has been waiting long enough. And I know you guys have been waiting long enough too, but and I will probably get to your guys's tonight, like, at least get to the sketch pages tonight. But either way, I'm finishing this. Like, I've stopped everything halfway. I'm not stopping this one halfway.
Having a very cartoony style with the big facial features and blocky bodies, which to the shock of no one, I really loved since that
Absolutely love it.
simplified and expressive.
You mean my commission's plural? Shut up.
As day in any of the panels, from the intensity of battle to more subtle moments. Just look at this page where even with the context removed, you understand that she's no longer playing around. This readability being crucial to Zatch Bell, since we really get a sense of what they're feeling and how much they're feeling it, that I don't think a more conventional child would be able to nail it on this level. The bodies having a solidity due to how simple they are. The posing always has weight and energy to them. The line of action being straight to give it maximum impact. They look...
In the, like, so another person will point out that, I'm not sure if it's this person. I keep saying that because it's true because of my ADHD telling me, like, mix of things, but, the original Zatch Bell comic was pretty limited, not limited, but the mangaka very much limited himself to regular comic panels, like, and a lot of the times there was a lot of information going on in these comic panels, but they were all crunched up into, like, too small of boxes. And other times, like, he, definitely added a few too many comic panels for, like, what was going on. And unfortunately, it didn't have a very good readability when it comes, like, when it gives an example of what animators are, like, what the animators had to work with, which is definitely what caused a lot of awkward looking battles, unfortunately. But, that's something that definitely feels like it's been fixed in the newer version of Zatch Bell, and is another reason why, like, I really hope that if this gets a redo, it's picked up by the same person, like the same people who picked up the redo of Shaman King. Because I want to see these characters animated again. I want to see them animated in a way that doesn't make their battles look stiff and awkward and like there's
unbreakable, creating
Desi, have you ever watched the movie and your brain thinks characters in different media are in the same scenario?
The gestures as far as possible.
Yes.
Curving and
so, JD Zilla, to answer your question, yes, I do all the time, all the fucking time. I will definitely think it for my own characters more than I will like other characters from other medias, but whenever I watch a movie, whenever I see a game scenario, anything like that, like I always think, how would my character react in that situation? And that's how a lot of AUs I do are made. Again, with the fucking ad breaks! Like, I'm glad... What am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I thought I fixed that. Like, I don't know if it's just because I'm talking so much or what, but, like, somehow I just, like, I'm not crazy. It was only, like, a few minutes ago that the last ad, like, popped up, right? Like, I'm not crazy. Lucky all of us commissioning the Desi. Yeah, and I appreciate it. I absolutely love all of you. Cat Mom, oh no, there's even more customers than us there. Yeah. Yeah, and I appreciate every one of you. Like, if my, like, day job situation wasn't so hectic, I would probably not be as, like, dead to the world as I have been lately to get things finished. It's, like, it's definitely not your guys' fault. It's just the situation being absolutely horrid to my ADHD, anxiety-ridden brain. And ad break. So swapping. I will get some water. Oof. I dropped my mic on myself. Is the ad over? Is the ad over? Is everything in place? Okay, one sec. We have a new chatter called Octo X Butter. I'm gonna call you Octo. Welcome to the stream. I'm so glad I could have you. And thank you so much for joining the chat. And yes, in fact, that this is Zatch Bell. I have been talking about it for over 2 hours now.
Stretching them, and while it does look silly, it perfectly conveys the intensity of the action. That they're being pushed to their limits, so much so that it's breaking the rules of the world. His actual art is fantastic, pulling you in with its texture. Even though his characters are simple, everything has so much more detail, creating this stark contrast that really hits, not only in attacks, but seeing everyone get shredded apart. When you pair it with his use of scale, it's always a good time. He
I would absolutely fucking die trying to draw something like that.
David and Goliath's parts respectively.
I still want to kind of do it though.
Characters tiny with the incoming danger being massive. His detail used to.
Again, I want to say that a lot of these characters are like of the main cast of the Demon Children. The oldest is probably 8, and Zatch is one of the youngest at 6 years old. These are toddlers. Octa says, it's Tsukio's fault. You're exposed to me. You can blame them. Oh, I 100% blame her. And I love her for it.
Show the destructive power. One of my favorite examples of this is where he uses a page spread to show the far reach of Brago's attack. Which
Jesus, Mary and Joseph.
Only to start the next chapter with a whole page.
Every time I see pages like this, I the wow factor of everything is not lost on me. It is continuously on me multiple times because of how much time it would take to draw all this. Even in black and white, it would take so fucking long.
Dedicated to the depths of the damage. And if this doesn't even hype you up a little for the upcoming battle, I don't know what to tell you. The manga is quite a good time, but there are still some issues with it. The main one for me is the page layouts being
yeah, he does talk about it.
Reiko sticks heavily to the standard layout. It's gonna sound weird, but I think he puts too much information on the page. Having panels that don't add much, where removing them are brain perfectly filled in the gap, limiting his layouts even more, which is a shame since his fights are so creative. There's never a moment where it really uses the medium of manga to elevate the story. In a way, a good anime adaptation couldn't do better, making the actual anime even more disappointing.
See, this is what I mean. So I said earlier that Penny here is the one who actually has a crush on Zatch. So you might be wondering, why is she attacking him? It's because Zatch doesn't have any memories, and she is legitimately pissed off that he doesn't remember her. She's quite literally attacking him because of that. She is so mad that her quote-unquote one true love doesn't remember her, and rather than getting depressed over it, she is just pissed off. And I love her for that.
Starting in 2003 and running for 150 episodes is very much a product of its time.
100%.
Bringing down fantastic material.
She is a water. She is a water dragon, by the way. I've said before that she is literally the princess and the dragon. She is a water dragon, and Zatch is technically, no, not technically. He is actually like he's a thunder dragon. Like, I'm pretty sure. So while he doesn't have any scales or anything like that, he has his family has the inherited power of the thunder dragon.
Ton of issues, some being the usual while others being really weird. And since I spent so much time on this, we're gonna go through every single one. First off, it's very low budget, having stilted to downright awful animation, dash lines, cheap effects, and visual errors. It adds very little to the material, like new scenes that do flesh out characters.
She's absolutely beating him up.
Events, which is really good, but those are few and far between. Outside of that, anything from the manga is basically untouched. Creating very bad-looking scenes with a ton of negative space. You never see moments reimagined with animation in mind. The art is also a massive downgrade, losing Raiku's sharp line work and detail. Nothing has impact, turning these animated images into lifeless animation. All the effects being removed in this scene where he also...
Again, this is why I stopped, like, trying to rewatch the anime and just stuck to the manga. This probably wouldn't bother me if I hadn't grown up to try and learn to be an artist, to be an animator, to be a jack of all trades. Because of that, all of this stuff is ruined for me. Not completely ruined, but mostly ruined.
Blends with
and mostly is all it has to be.
What even is this one? Like, come on. Aside from the art change, there are many other alterations. The second to last art being where it wraps, and deviating a lot with the ending being unsatisfying. The visceral element, which is very important, is gone. Either toning down the visuals, adding new scenes to lessen the impact, or just cutting panels altogether. Like this scene where Brago gets his arm cut off. It's important for many reasons I'm not going to go into because this video is already too long. But I will say by removing it, this entire moment makes no sense. And there are many more like it in the anime. For some reason, they decided to separate these guys, so now his book burns for no reason, breaking the most basic rule of the entire series. In the manga, they're together when the attack lands, so it makes sense. And this is just scratching the surface when it comes to changes that don't make any sense.
If you have the power to command ice to a superpowered demon child with a
about him putting in this clip.
Why do you need a gun? It makes me feel big. Technically, we're not supposed to be here until chapter 4.
Sadly, the arm wasn't the only thing cut, affecting how I viewed some character.
No joke. Like, just straight up having a gun, like, because again, these guys actually have to defend themselves in some fights. Because, like, some demons will not, like, they'll try to go for the easy route by attacking the human partner, which is the fastest way to end the fight if you want to burn the book. So, like, honestly, if you were the human partner of, like, one of these little demon children and you knew, like, at some point that you would probably get attacked to try and, like, get the book burned, would you or would you not have a weapon? I sure as fuck would. I probably wouldn't be coordinated enough to actually use it the first few times, but you better believe that I would at least know how to swing a fucking bat if a fucking demon child is coming at me or their, like, partner. I would be swinging the fucking bat. Go gadget gun. One's in the chat if you would have a weapon, and tell me about like what kind of weapon you would use to defend yourself in this situation. I would have a baseball bat, because that would be the easiest thing for me to like get my hands on.
A lot of the quieter moments between Sherry and Brago got the same treatment, which makes me really mad since that's what builds their relationship. One of my fave characters, their entire backstory is completely ruined.
This
there was
boy.
no reason for this, and it makes no sense. There's a ton of padding that ruins the pacing, and no, I don't mean filler. I mean that the episodes are just really stretched out, having tons of flashbacks to events that take place.
Oh, I hate it when flashbacks are used like that.
Way too long and reusing them.
Whenever flashbacks are used like that in anime, I always end up skipping them to get to the point.
Making it a slog, which is a damn shame since the series has
Yamba,
broken
I will
parts,
defeat you with the
being
power
broken
of
into 4
friendship and
parts.
also this
The
gun I
beginning
found.
being random
100%.
encounters which shaped Zatch and his group of friends, who are then tested in the next 3 arcs. The first being the Stone Demons, where many past contestants who were trapped in stone get freed and are under the control of a single team. Followed by the Faudo arc, where a group tries to unleash a powerful force. And lastly, Clear Note, where you meet the final hurdle for the competition and have many of your questions finally answered. If you're one of the many who never picked it up after the anime, trust me, you have to read it, it's awesome. The resolution
It 100% is awesome.
Anime, but overall it's worth it. The manga being super tight is great, but that creates its own issues. There is very little time to flesh out some of the humans. Kyo and a few others from the latter half are great, but Megumi, Fulgore, and even Li Yen I wish were explored a lot more. It's why I haven't talked about them much, since the ones I like I don't want to spoil. If anything,
Yu
it feels
Hakusho
like he
ripoff.
noticed this problem and tried to fix it later on. These next ones are a massive
They're
pivot,
so
and you're gonna understand
small.
why I have to preface that.
Tiny,
The only
tinies.
dark-skinned character is drawn
Oh,
as
God.
a racist caricature.
Oh god,
and it has
I still
direct
cringe every
evidence.
time I see her.
The demons being kids was a good idea, but it makes
So, in the sequel, like, he luckily fixes, like, there is another black character, like, in the sequel manga, it's, like, she is separated from, like, I'm pretty sure, I can't remember, at least I don't personally remember her. I probably wasn't paying much attention, but at least the second black character that we see is not a racist character. She's not blackface, okay? She's not like the racist thing. But unfortunately, in the sequel manga, he keeps that character exactly how, like, he keeps the racist looking one exactly how she was originally drawn. And I do understand, like, why, because, like, she has a very recognizable design. So, like, changing her too much, like, wouldn't make much sense. But for the sake of not being racist, I wish that he did it. Like, for the love of God, man, please. If they pick up the anime, I hope, like, if they pick it up as an anime, I hope to God, like, the people animating it have the awareness to fix the racism. Oh, it hurts.
certain things very weird. Zatch gets completely nude, and I mean where you see everything.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen often,
happens
but
so
even
much.
one time is way too many, and the anime plays it up way more for some reason. There is a perv character who's later introduced, and don't get the wrong idea, I love perv characters, I find them funny. But typically, their focus is on a much older age range. You know, almost adults, not children. I gotta make it clear that it is a demon child that targets Tia, but it's still not okay. No,
Yeah, it's a good thing he doesn't show this part, but, so the fun fact, it is the rabbit child from the previous video that I pointed out, and here is the thing with him. So his human partner is a nun. Like, he is literally, like, he somehow finds a nunnery, and, he steals their undergarments, and literally one of the pages that you see him, they literally, like, I guess they're treating him like a demon because none of them are trying to touch him directly. while also trying to get him to let go of the, like, stolen underwear. And somehow he becomes a partner of a nun. Like, I guess I don't know.
I am not showing any of that. Back
Thank
to more
you.
normal things
Thank you
like
for
the
not
anime,
showing that.
There's just too many things that bring it down. And the few issues the manga has are very apparent. That's why, despite the manga being the go-to, I still wouldn't call it the definitive version. Both have a spark that is never fulfilled. Just Raikou messing with the panels gives you a glimpse of the potential the material has. Since you're able to take in the atmosphere, and it's why it desperately needs a new anime, one that fully utilizes the best elements of both. You do get a taste of that with the third opening having a much
Also, I don't know why my model is squinting so much.
There's a more quality animated Zatch belt.
I don't know, maybe the camera can't see me as well.
1 year apart, having no constraint and much tighter directing. Looking great with very solid animation. They even redo some moments in the first movie, which doesn't sting in any way, shape, or form. Oh look, it's Sherry and Brago, and there they go. That's all that exists of them with movie budget. More recommending this for fans of the series, since they do have their own issues, but the visual upgrade is worth it. The first one wearing it on its sleeve that it's not canon. Some rules are broken, the world is shown, and ruins some of the writing in the manga. Also, it came out in 2004, which was this transitional period of cell animation to digital. Yes, Zatch Bell was done on cells. I was surprised too. The line work in the movie getting pretty jagged at times. Having some early 2000s CG, as well as a moment where an effect glitched.
Early 2000s CG.
Pixelated. This is for real in the movie, I am not kidding. Luckily, all these wrinkles will be ironed out for the second one, which is the fan favorite, and I totally agree with that. Directed by Studio Bones bet Takuya Igarashi, who you know for Soul Eater, all of Bungo Stray Dogs, and Ouran High School Host Club. With key animation done by the legendary Sushio Studio Trigger fame, Nishiterumi.
Please, Studio Trigger, pick up Zatch Bell again, I beg of you. You will do so much for it, you will make them look so cool, I beg of you, Studio Bones.
Animation and character. Despite there being little action in it, it's so entertaining. And this is what I need, seeing someone bring their own thing when adapting. From some really nice shots to little flourishes like how the text is black or the glow of the books. This is just scratching the surface of what's possible. And for the few that will argue that all of this is possible because it's a movie, similar to the first one...
I've already said this before, but, Zatch's eyes white out whenever he uses his blast, but I used to think, like, I forgot that they, like, faded out. I always, like, for some reason, I always thought that his eyes just kind of rolled back, like, creepy puppet style, and honestly, I would have loved it if that was the case.
It reanimates some scenes, but instead of being fights, it's this panel. While in the anime, it's literally incomplete. While here, it's so much better. It's small, but it shows what a
I love that scene where he's just playing with his little makeshift doll.
It's pretty dumb, so you're watching this for the video.
So, here's the thing, like, Kyo is not hiding the fact that Zatch lives at his house. At least not from his parents. Like, it's literally said before that his dad is the one that sent Zatch to him. But his mom is completely aware that Zatch is there. And what still gets to me is the fact that she is, she does take care of him. Like, it's not that she's ignoring the fact that he's there. She very much knows that he lives there. My question is, you have a child under your roof you are actively helping take care of. Most of the care is on your teenage son, who until this point has been who has been an only child. Why have you not bought him a toy? Like, this might just be my family, but whenever we grow close to somebody, like, my mom has straight up bought toys to have at our house for my nieces and nephews. But she's also, like, had toys, like, around like whenever friends' kids are coming over. Like whenever she knows that they're coming over, she's like, oh, I gotta get like something for the kids to play with. And those aren't her kids. They're not kids that are there like constantly. She just like thinks ahead that obviously the little ones want something to play with. But maybe that's just my family. Maybe we just like really giving gifts to other people. But personally, I think that Kiyo's mom should have bought this small child in her house a toy to make him feel more welcome. But that's just me. JDzilla, bruh, this manga is freaky. Yeah, it is. Like, I've already said that. Like, this stuff gets freaky. In good ways and in ways that you will physically cringe with.
Not the writing. They did get a Blu-ray by Discotheque Media, which is what you're looking at, so it's pretty easy to get your hands on them. So I would suggest these after you finish a read of the manga, or in between the first 2 arcs. I think I've rambled long enough about the strengths and weaknesses of both, so I think it's time to get back to the manga. Battle Royales are just now in the public consciousness. Everyone knows what it is, to the point that it's just a gimmick since there aren't a lot of them. Just being in the genre is what makes you interesting. But for Zatch Bell, it came out in 2001, where that was the opposite. Yeah, it's not the first, but it still wasn't something Raikou could bank off of. So it feels like he put a lot of effort to sell you on this crazy idea. At the moment, there's this big thing to find the next shonen series that really messes with the genre. And I find it funny since Zatch Bell did that 20 years ago. If it came out today, it would have been huge. It's the definition of being ahead of its time, and yet it's so forgotten that it's not even in the subgenre of Battle Royale. Which sucks because it's a really special series. Not for any one element we've talked about, but what happens when they all come together. And the best place to see this is one of my favorite fights. It's in the first third of the whole run, so I'm gonna say minor spoilers. But if you still want to skip, go to the time on the screen. Pretty early on, we meet Barry, a demon so strong that his battles leave him unsatisfied. To the point that he's always mad. His only way of relieving this frustration by...
So, there is another character who is absolutely fucking massive, and he's literally a mummy, but he has confirmed for himself that he is a child. Like, the mummy character is a child. He is 7 years old. But with Barry, he absolutely 100% feels like an adult. Like, again, depending on, like, how the mangaka is viewing the definition of child, whether it's legal child or, like, literal child, at most, I think this guy is maybe 17. But he is, like, still fucking intimidating.
Fighting someone.
Like, if you didn't tell me that this was supposed to be a bunch of children going at it against each other, I would definitely think that this adult was just, like, bullying a bunch of small children.
Facing him. And this is a great moment because for the first time, someone is acknowledging his strengths. That he's no longer the underdog. The thing is that he's passive and only fights when he needs to. That Barry gets mixed up when meeting him. With Zatch only agreeing to the fight since he threatens normal people. Barry, for the first time, excited. He takes an old building from some students and is willing to hurt them if they disagree until Zatch and Kiyo arrive where the battle finally begins. With Kiyo focusing on the leftover students and Zatch stalling. Barry forcefully regrouping them, going for his only leverage until he falters to Kiyo, giving Zatch his window to save the girls. With now everyone evacuated, it makes him even madder, and with no distractions for the others, both parties are no longer holding back, being pushed to their limit, using everything and doing anything to take each other out. That the building gets destroyed in the process. They finally use their ultimate spell, but he still stands. They're grasping at straws at this point, but they still won't give up. Barry won, but he can't deliver the final blow, and he doesn't know why. It's here he learns Zatch's motivation, which he saw in his eyes. It's that conviction halting him because he lacks it. So he just leaves, forever changing them and their now rival. And here for me is what Zatch Bell is about. That a single battle can convey the struggle of life, and yet that's what makes it so beautiful. It's about facing the world and how it shapes us. From the tragedies,
oh god,
the bonds
I've only got like 15% on here.
Small,
I can't pause the rest of this video.
Moments that make us who we are.
I got 2 minutes left on this.
We're gonna be asked if we
and then like stream's gotta end because I gotta charge my tablet.
Throw them away. How the bonds we have in those moments help us get through them and continue to push us toward our true selves. And that for me, ladies and gentlemen, is the genius of Zatch.
Again, so tiny, so small.
If you guys hit the end of the video, I always appreciate that.
Okay, so obviously I got, my tablet is down to 15%, dinner is already finished, so I gotta go eat, I gotta go stretch, I gotta go do a lot of stuff before I start on the commissions that I still need to finish. So, like, I'm gonna end the stream here. If you're new to my channel, like, links in the description on, like, YouTube, and I've also got my links on my Twitch. If you enjoy me making an absolute mess of myself over things that I like, I don't have a solid streaming schedule yet, but I will eventually get one. And like, I'll be doing a bunch of different streams. I'll be doing reaction streams where I force you guys to watch stuff with me. I will be doing casual streams where I just like doodle things or like watch food videos. And of course, I am dipping my toes into gaming. Until I get a better PC, I won't be doing any extreme gaming. I'll just be doing like little feel-good games. So if you're interested in all that, or you just find me entertaining, like, hit subscribe, hit like, follow me on all my social medias, and I also have Patreon if you want to support me. So with all that said, watch out for the monsters under the bed, and I'll see all you jelly beans in the next stream.